Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? It is your boy Brandon from Audio Addiction. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're chilling, enjoying. We are now in May. It's kind of insane. I genuinely forget what month we're in. But I feel like I'm almost always reminded because we do wheel. So if you are new, come hang out, join chat. If you join chat, we do a wheel every beginning of the month. So if you come hang out, chat, do all that stuff, then come through and your name will get added to the wheel. So I feel that is often a good plug. Also, come hang out in Discord. That's also a really good thing to come and hang out in. Everyone's chill. So if you want to be a part of that, that would be really sick. So yeah, that's it. Other things. Patreon is up to date. I've been keeping on track with the Patreon. I'll tell you what. So if you're on Patreon, you've been eating good, and you will continue to eat good. So, if you want to see it all early, come join Patreon. It's like $1 a month. So if you want to see stuff like a month in advance, best plug to come hang out. Go check that out. But yeah, that's it. We are checking out Only One of. Huge salutes to Sarah. I think they won 100,000 channel points. So there's two ways you can get a deep dive. One, if you win the wheel. Two, if you get 100,000 channel points, you get to choose a artist of your choice to cover. So, uh, would love to see you in chat if you're here. So very cool. We're going to be breaking this up into two parts. The first part is being recorded today on May 4th. May the 4th be with y'all if you celebrate Star Wars Day. And the next one will be the following Monday on the 11th. So come through. Sarah says, time passes fast for an Ajashi like you, I guess. Wow. I've never been called out like that ever here. That's crazy. Kaylee, hello. Kala, hello. Unhi, hello. Andy, hello. Thanks for coming through. All right. As aforementioned, we are doing only one of tonight. I know, called out right off the bat. I didn't even have a second. I was already getting blasted already. So, but anyway, very excited. I'm gonna give it. Listen, I did it to Kaylee, so I feel like the next mod to get banned is Sarah. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm just joking. um, very cool. I am excited to do this. Obviously, aforementioned wheel. I feel we listen. We're getting quietly low on this, and there's like three people in chat. They're already on the wheel here, so Sarah could double up. That's all I'm saying. Which is kind of wild. So I was gonna say if it's Sarah again, I feel like that's gonna put them in a quite a predicament. So because it's because Sarah's doing theirs now, and if I get Unhi would have two, so Uni. I feel like would be in a tough position. Kala, I feel like could do it. Dang, I know Dang's got one. Sally's probably got one. Biscuit's probably got one. No Santa's probably got one. But I would feel the most bad. I feel like for Sarah and Unhi, I feel like they both have ones that are like not ready yet. So Sarah says Sarah could win for an Andible album tonight. That's true. That's true. That's true. Very nice. That would be funny. That would be funny. I would crack up. I feel like again, Unhi or Sarah, if they won tonight, I would be laughing my ass off. Jazz, hello. Thanks for coming through. Okay, cool. I'm done bullshitting today. So we are moving on. Let's see. Sarah says this deep dive will be broken down into mainline music, OSTs, and then the Japanese releases. Oh, okay, very nice. Saving it for the end. Appreciate it. Um, Sarah says, dude, ZB1 and Double X Love are all coming back within a week of each other this month. It's a spending. Jesus. Woo. God bless. God bless. I feel that. Um, I feel like I have to plug my most recent purchase here. I got this. Shout out to my girlfriend. We went to this game store, but the picked up the Legend of Zelda, or not Legend of Zelda, Legends Arceus Pokemon on vinyl. So that's my big purchase for this month. So, but apparently it was more online. So I think I got away with this deal. It was like 30. I think it was like $30 more online. So very excited about that. So that's my vibe. Yeah. Thank you, Chad. Appreciate it. We're all gonna donate to the Sarah Fund though. I feel at this point, you know. Um. Oh, I did see that. I think I could. That would be fun. That would be fun. I feel like that would be interesting. I have picked up a few K-pop records. I did not to tangent, but the same record store that I went to for that one, they also had like a small K-pop section. They had a couple of Seraphim albums. They had a couple bandmate albums. So I feel like the next time I go, I'll have to look through the K-pop stuff and see what they got. But the La Seraphim one was potentially piquing my interest if I didn't get this one, honestly. So either way, I'll have to check out the X Love stuff. That'd be cool. That'd be cool to own. But anyway, keeping it moving. Only one of is known as OOO. Is a six, formerly seven-member group that debuted in May 28th of 2019. So we're coming up on their debut month. Well, we're in their debut month, excuse me. So very nice. Under 8D Entertainment, though they concluded their contracts with the company on October 30th of 25, so pretty recent. Um, Only one of consists of members KB, Rie, Yujong, Junji, Mill, and Nine. Okay, and four remember Love, who left the group in 21. Okay. Only one of concept has been described as uber sexual. Interesting. Okay. Exploring the spectrum of male sexuality and sensuality. Okay. I hope I get it. I've never heard of if I made a face, it wasn't because I've never heard of uber sexual. So now I'll know what it is. Jaden Jung's group. Only one of has an intricate lore based concept as well, with the idea being based around infinite expansion. Each release from the group marks a point where the group has jumped between time, dimensions, and planes. Interesting. Okay. Cool concept. I like that. This concept is used to explore all sides of humanity, including dark or negative traits that otherwise unexplored with the idle space. Uh, their fandom name is it Lion? Lie on? Hopefully I've got that correct. That's how I feel like I would pronunciate it, but like I said, I'm getting intro. Yeah, like Lion. Okay, interesting. Okay, I like that. Like I said, I'm so interested. I feel like I'm almost always interested in like fandom names in correlation to group names. I feel like that's such an interesting concept. But the group would become only one of which first teased in December 2016 by Blackberry Creative when they announced auditions take place January for a male group named X8X8X. I'm not even trying to pronunciate that. Um, Referring to a debut date of August 8th of 2018. The first trainee for this group was revealed when Love made an appearance as the love interest in Vivi's solo debut music video Every Day I Love You on April 17th of 2017. The group once again was mentioned on September 17th of 2017 in the video description of Odd Eyes Circle debut Girlfriend, with the B-side Chaotic, originally written as a debut track for that group. It's like 8x 8x 8x. I don't know how to if you can let me know what that is pronunciation wise. I'm gonna keep butchering it. Other trainees were revealed in the web drama Wu Mana, which ran for 3 seasons, starred members of Luna, including members of Luna One Third, Odd Eye Circle. Love and KB co-starred in season 3 of the drama alongside songwriters and possible trainees Kim Do and Shimon with Rie, Yujung, and Junji, and 9 being a guest on the drama. Okay. Uh, let's see. Sarah says I've literally only seen it written, so I have no idea how it would be pronounced. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. I'll put 8. I'll just stamp it as 8, just so I don't have to keep doing the 8x thing. Or I'll just call it 8x probably. The last appearance mentioned of 8x, it was concluded that their debut was silent and canceled when Luna released the culmination of their pre-debut activities favorite on October 7th of 2018, just one day before the scheduled debut of 8x. However, on April 30th of 2019, Jaden Jung, the creative director of OnlyOneOf, posted logos for the group on his Instagram, leading to speculation that the members of 8x had left Blockberry Creative with Jaden Jung and would be debuting at his label, a theory that has been proven correct when the group photo was released the next day from the former 8x trainee, as well as a new member, Mill. Over the coming weeks, character films, introduction videos were released for each member. Ooh, okay. Very nice. All right. And then it tells me to watch all the videos. So we are going to watch all of the teaser videos for all of them. So let's go. This would be a good time for me to check my volume levels too. So thanks, Sarah. Imagine this is the teaser for the song, potentially. Got one more? Okay. Oh no, this is it. This is Time Leap. Okay, cool. I would have jumped through this. Okay. Dot Point Jump. On May 24th of 2019, it was revealed that OnlyOneOf would debut with 2 title tracks. Interesting. Okay. Savannah and Time Leap, both title tracks, were for their first mini album, Dot Point Jump, which was released on the 28th of May. The rest of the tracks on the album being revealed as the hashtag OnlyOneOf used 5,555 times on Twitter for each song. The milestone were eventually hit, leading to the full album's release on June 13th. I recommend reading the video description of the videos on the playlist because they include a lot. Okay, very nice. Okay, let's check that out. I am curious. All right, I guess we'll read it real quick. A debut album started as a small dot, but connecting dots and making OnlyOneOf own strong way and plans. OnlyOneOf aims to have understandable music and two title songs, while the 21st boy group's music is nowhere understanding to the public. filled with their own anger. The song Savannah is actually for fandom and filled is actually for fandom, excuse me, and filled with one of's attraction more. Ooh, this is interesting. These are some interesting words. More manly than boys' beauty. Savannah is a mainly urban dance beat, unlike heard at unlike heard in K-pop, a tune that is a decadence raising aesthetic criterion, approaching it more like interesting. Okay. Charles Pire, Pierre, God, I can't even pronunciate tonight. Pierre Baldurer, and Arthur Rimbaud's point of view. Too many groups of boy bands have shown fresh and flattering concepts of their debut. Only One of's First Love is different because it's rather burnt and with thirstiness. Interesting phrasing there. And be out of breath. Popular orientated pop style is titled Time Leap, has addictive melodies that once heard. You can memorize them right away. It declares that one of directing points. They declare that they will become a team that is understandable not only to them but based on their musical strengths. They will do anything to go. They will do anything if they go back in time. They sing rather frankly, like the feelings of regret between first love and first farewell. Especially for one of will not reveal their whole songs that are listed in their. Okay, so that was the 5,000 hashtags. Whenever that will be, will complete the slow and steady with their fans, like stepping on the stairs. Okay, so like if I'm reading this correctly, because this is probably translated, I assume they're just as the progression of like I assume of the hashtags, they'll release the album. Their first song of the album, Only One of You, is like their promise. They indeed proclaim that one of will be the only one that exists. Okay, very interesting. Their fourth track, Blossom, is a rather exciting party tune. That's it. Such an interesting phrasing. Party tune that captures our ears. It is in fact too exciting that it almost became their title track. There's a lot of like interesting. I don't know if this is maybe written from a third person's perspective or not. I'd be curious to know the lingo behind it, but I feel like that's how I'm viewing it. Their fifth track, Picasso, it shows only one of sexiness that the sounds melting in a person. Okay, that is quite the vision of words right there. And last but not least, their track Fragile is their own created song. Like mentioned before, it starts off like a small dot, but connecting dots make only one of own strong way. It gives us only a hint of their completion. Surviving the boys group completion is like the lyrics of the song Savannah, like a jungle, the law of the jungle. Only one of his journey starts as a dust and can be seen to the public, but will not delay any further, going straight for the decadence attraction. Okay. Very interesting. I feel like I kind of garnered what they were going for to some degree, but very interesting. Okay. Well, let's get into, we're doing Time Leap and Savannah, which I think are obviously, as aforementioned, they are the two title tracks. So let's check out Time Leap first. Sally, hello. Gunky, hello.
I just want to go back.
Okay, so this was the preview of the song earlier. Interesting. 이런 말을 하는 내가 남자답지 못해도 다 내 잘못인 걸 알아. 이제 그만할게. 너의 그 트는 동자에 흐른 눈물 더 이상 못 닦아줄 것 같아서 그래. I'm so sad. 시간을 돌린다면 영화 속의 그들처럼 더 행복할 텐데. 높이 올라가서 보고 싶어. I wasn't high on the priority list, Goki. 난 더는 망설이지 않아 그 시간으로 Time Leap, oh,
찾아왔어 그만 하라며 고개를 돌렸어 너를 붙잡으려 손에 뻗은 순간 경기처럼 사라지고 나는 너랑 꿈에서 깨 아무리 물어봐도 대답 없던 실루엣의 의미를 모르겠어 돌아갈 수 있을까 호수였던 마음은 이제 다시 바다가 돼 계속 파도치면 내 이성은 무너뜨리네 시간을 돌린다면 못한 내 고백들은 다 전해줄게요 더 높이 올라가야 할 듯해 널 처음 만났던 그곳에서 우리 다시 만날 수 있게 그 시간으로 삶의 오해요 너에게 갈게요 더 잘할 자신 있으니까 하나뿐인 너니까 삶의 오해요 날 믿어줄래요 다시 돌아간다면 난 누구보다 잘해줄 텐데 꿈꿔왔던 네 모습이 가까워져 가고 있어 약속해 이젠 안 그럴게 다시는 널 안 놓쳐 아니 절대로 널 못 놓쳐 돌아갈 필요 없게 한 번만 come to me 삶의 오해요
Nice
너에게
falsetto in the back.
갈게요 더 잘할 자신 있으니까 하나뿐인 너니까 삶의 오해요 날 믿어줄래요 다시 돌아간다면 난 누구보다 잘해줄 텐데 Just wanna go back.
All right, very cool. We started off Only One of with their first song Time Leap. Very nice. Um I enjoyed this. I understand this was the song that they kind of teased at the beginning um with all the obviously all the introduction of the members, which I thought was cool. I always feel like I feel like this could obviously speak very broadly about K-pop as a whole, but I feel like they always do a phenomenal job, or at least I think from like a marketing perspective, I feel like they always do a very good job of like highlighting the especially depending upon whatever company you're part of with varying degrees. But I will say like I think that the way that they kind of highlight or show off songs, I think is very interesting, in like a good way. And I feel like obviously having like in each individual video where you get to see what the member looks like, and obviously how they'll look in the MV, I think is really cool. So I've always kind of been appreciative of that fact because I feel like it's something that I noticed when we first started doing K-pop stuff, and I feel like it has never really kind of like not clicked over, right? Like I'm always thoroughly impressed at like that kind of attention to detail, I guess, in that aspect. So I do like that. This song was an interesting one. I'm curious, obviously, to compare it to Savannah, not in like a musical sense, but like I'm curious to compare like the energy level because I feel like this one is like a little bit more chill. And I like that. I feel like sometimes like when I listen to a DAB song, it's like something that's a little bit more high energy, and like I feel like the energy of that is always really interesting. But I also appreciate when songs are a little bit more softer, and I think they take a little bit more of a mellow approach to it. I think in this instance, obviously, like it's really cool to see like I'm sure there's going to be an energy shift in Savannah, certainly. So excited to see that kind of feeling of it. But I always appreciate kind of like the 50-50 that like two title tracks brings. I'm sure people will pick a favorite over the other, certainly. Um, but I feel like it's always cool to see kind of like, at least from somebody who's never heard of this group, I feel like to me it kind of shows that full spectrum of musicality. So I like that. The vocals on this were really good. I really enjoyed a lot of, I'm excited to get more familiarized with what they look like in their voice tones, but I really liked it. Whoever was doing like that falsetto at the end of the song, I think did a beautiful job of that, definitely hitting like a really gorgeous register. So I love that aspect of it, but this one was very smooth. I feel like I could listen to that. I feel like I could listen to this song and just really kind of like dig my teeth into it a little bit more. So I like that. I like there wasn't really a lot of like instrumentation for them to like kind of hide behind in some way. I feel like they do a really good job of like being able to highlight their voices, whether it's singing or them rapping. I feel like they want to kind of be a little bit more front and center with this one, so I appreciate that. But um, I'm always very curious when groups do double title tracks. So I feel like be curious to hear the other side of the coin here. But enjoyed this one. This one was very solid. So Callus says Savannah is definitely my favorite of the two. Ooh, okay. Very nice. All right. Well, speaking about Savannah, we were checking that out right now. Okay.
너 마주 볼때 yeah, yeah. 내 말은 입술이 뜨고 갈라지는 게 물을 계속 마셔도 자꾸 목이 타왜 Drinking all day 분위기에 몸을 더 태워 Oh 나 gotta overdrive overflowing 뒤엉켜 있는 사람 사이로 몸을 또 숨기네 갇혀버린 것 같아 Like 거청 근력의 강식 너와 몸이 맞다 Wrap me on the leave of time 외워했던 yeah 너의 need it I don't give a shit what they think about us Yeah 같이 적셔
Also cursing? What?
Yeah yeah 지도가 필요해 찾고 있어 Savannah 들리는 콜리 You're like a bitch from Savannah Bitch from Savannah Watch it all your silhouette 한 번 더 마셔 sweeping up 내게 몸을 맡겨줘 너는 바다가 돼 부드럽게 내게 밀려와 You know how to tease me You know how to do it 짧은 숨을 또 뱉어내 뒤엉켜 있는 사람 사이로 몸을 또 숨기네 갇혀버린 것 같아 Like 거청 근력의 강식 너와 몸이 맞다 Write me on the river of time 외워했던 yeah 너의 need it I don't give a shit what they think about us Yeah yeah 같이 적셔 맘대로 취해도 돼 Yeah yeah 지도가 필요해 찾고 있어 Savannah 술날라 콜레 You're like a bitch from Savannah Bitch from Savannah 너 딴 생각하지 마 Nobody knows here 여기엔 없어 단둘이만 Baby we can take my time Baby we can stand by my side Yeah yeah 같이 적셔 맘대로 취해도 돼 Yeah yeah 지도가 필요해 찾고 있어 Savannah 둘러놓고 You're like a bitch from Savannah Bitch from Savannah
All right, cool. This was only one of Savannah. Very nice. I'm I'm gonna start it off with I still think so. I don't know if they actually were cursing or not, but it did sound like they said shit at first, and then later on in the song, I couldn't unhear this, and I don't know if I don't know if it's just a misheard lyric or whatever, but it kind of sounds like that bitch from Savannah. I was like, damn. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? Man, they hate people from Savannah, Georgia. So if you're watching, no, kidding. I was like, damn. I'm like, they are cursing. Okay, so they are. Interesting. I've always maintained the ideology that like K-pop groups will do anything that they can to make it sound like they're saying a curse word without actually saying a curse word. So for them to actually say a curse word, I think is, listen, kudos. I gotta give them the respect. You know what I mean? I feel like not many dare to do that, so I appreciate that. Not that everybody should be a sailor, certainly, but um, Sarah says the lyric are shake, but like, come on, it does sound like shit. I'm not gonna lie. There was a few times where I feel like they said bitch and shit, and I was like, damn, they're going crazy. I was like, that what a pitch for that. Um, Kala says, I know it's beach, but all I can hear is bitch every time. That's what I said. You're a bitch for That's what I keep hearing. Except for you replace beach with bitch. So wow, pronunciation's hilarious sometimes. But um anyway, get back to the point. I enjoyed this one a lot more. I think this one definitely is more my taste as well. Time Leap was good. Like I said, I think to me, and again, this is no hate to people that love Time Leap, but I do feel like Time Leap is kind of a little bit more of like a B-side track, where I feel like Savannah is definitely like the, at least from the two title tracks, I feel like it's a little bit more on the stronger side. I don't want to yuck anyone's yum, certainly. So if this was, like I said, if Time Leap's one of your favorites, I do not want to be rude in that aspect. Um, but I really enjoyed this one a lot. I think like the beat was really fun. I think their voices are incredible. I'm excited to see as they kind of go on and continue on how much they grow as vocalists, but I do really like their vocal stylization. I'm pretty sure there was one member in particular that I really enjoyed, and I couldn't. Let me see if I can find maybe the spot where I saw them. Um, was it? I can't tell if it's this guy or not. It might be. There was someone who hit like a high. I'm pretty sure is this. I'm almost positive it's this member. Because it hit kind of like a little bit higher of a vocal threshold. It could be another member. But I'm not 100% sure. Let me see if I could skip ahead a little bit. There's definitely another spot where I was like, damn, the vocals go crazy here. Um, but they've got a pretty high register for like a guys group, which is really cool to see. So I definitely like that. Like I said, the beat's more memorable. The chorus definitely for better or for worse, I guess is also memorable. Especially if you do remember it from the like cursing side of things, then you'll remember that chorus. Unfortunately, um, but I think overall this was definitely more of a fun track. I definitely feel like this one has more of a like vibey kind of a little bit clubby sort of feel. I wouldn't say club, but like kind of like a Latin flavor to it that I appreciate. I feel like you could hear this potentially at a club. That's where my mind was going with that commentary. But yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. This was a little bit heads and tails above the other one, certainly, but overall really good. So Sarah says, I'm pretty sure that's Yu that they're all like blind, so it's hard to tell from far away. And Kaylee says, it looks like Kaylee agreed. So very nice. I feel like it's always tough to like, I feel like I got to go off facial structure somewhat, and that's even a little bit more difficult too. So very cool, very cool. I don't think that I need to read the comments on this one because it was the same. So, okay. Cool. All right. We are moving on to the next one, I'm pretty sure. This one is Line Sun Goodness. I was going to say Goddess. It looks like I read that too fast. It's Line Sun Goodness. This first teaser was released on October 4th of 2019 for their second mini album. The album was released on October 30th, revealed a week later. The album includes the title track Sage, was released on October 30th. Though due to technical issues, the music video for Sage was not released until November 2nd. Ooh, okay. Very interesting. All right. And I'm almost positive I will check the comments. I don't know if there's. Okay, cool. The title track for Sage was composed by Candid Sosa, well-renowned K-pop industry writer, writing Euphoria, Love Myself, uh, Microcosmos, the projects that projects a dynamic atmosphere musically, as well as delivering unique storytelling approach of Only One of in terms of a message. The debut track Savannah represents a forbidden fruit. Interesting. Okay. The title track expresses a fatal beauty that comes along with a sense of mirth and euphoria through the lyrics, like you can get drenched and intoxicated, while the track Sage is about salvation after the journey of delight and hedonism. Oh, interesting. Okay. This message for the track is projecting and reflecting musically through an up-tempo and highly rhythmic vibe that expresses a sense of desperateness, which is contrasted with Savannah's chill and laid-back vibe. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. I'm excited. Only One's projects extreme desperateness through the lyrics. Forgive my sins, I beg you to give me salvation, but God turns his back on them. The executive producer of the music video, Sage, who produced the music video for Savannah, Wooji Kim, embedded multiple secret codes and elements within the music video that each individual fan can have their own interpretation and customized perception of those elements through those components. Interesting. Okay. Also, the music video solidifies the structural universe that Only One of has been building through the consequences of the content releases. I don't know if that's consequences. I feel like is an interesting word to use there, but is what is, which fortifies the concept of progression, evolution of Only One of's ego through their artistic career that represents by dot line surface. Okay. Let's see. Sarah says, I love this song. How do I say this without getting jumped by some K-pop fans? In K-pop, biblical imagery is often paired with queerness. Insert one us. Ooh, interesting. Okay. I feel like that's an interesting topic. So I'll probably delve into it a little bit after this MV. So let's check it out. I am curious what you're referencing. Wow, this is... Turn it up a little bit.
뛰어봐도 결국에 지금 여기 서 있어 사랑이란 잔인하게 피하면 피할수록 진해져 새빨갛게 물이 들어 너의 색깔 속에 취해가 달콤하게 다가와서 내게 마비되어버린 나나나 Take my hand 네가 나의 신이 되어줘 Make me a 온몸으로 던져 너에게 너의 두 눈의 angel 나의 두 걸의 빈죄 초라한 모습 비로소 깨달았어 순수했던 나의 욕망 부딪혔던 나의 절망 더러워진 나의 제발 구해줘 먹으면 계속 널 기대하게 하는 걸 걷잡을 수 없어 아프거라면서도 꿈에서 깨길 바라진 않아 Fill up 두 번째 믿음으로 자리 채워 추적하는 맘을 남김없이 비워 현실적인 연구 따윈 우리 지우면 다 지웠어 더 바라는 건 없어 you 내 곁에 있으면 돼 한순간 꿈이 영원할 때까지
Hmm. Okay. Very nice. All right. This was Only One of's Sage. If you're joining us tonight, thank you for joining for part one. Appreciate you. This was very good. I like this a lot. I enjoyed a lot of the vocal melodies on this. I think they did a fantastic job with like a lot of the ensemble vocals in this track. I think they absolutely nailed it with like some of the like ensemble vocals over top just kind of gave a little bit more like depth to the song, which I appreciate. I also thought the chorus was really catchy. I really enjoyed like the melody choice in that. I think they did a phenomenal job with that. I also enjoyed the lyrics. I clicked the closed caption on because the first one didn't have any, so I was a little wary to check it. But I'm glad I did because I could have checked out a little bit more of the lyricism certainly. But I think from what I garnered from the lyricism, I kind of got a pretty good idea of what they were referring to. But really enjoyed the beat. I think the only thing that I will have to say about the song is like I don't know if it has anything to do with maybe YouTube or potentially just kind of like the mix on this song, but I did find it was a little crushed. I don't know if it's necessarily supposed to be like that, but it seems like it's very like heavy filtered. It could be a musical choice, certainly. But I will say that was something that I noticed like right off the bat was like, I was like, am I, is like, I was like, am I, because I cranked the volume on the YouTube video and I moved the volume up a little bit more on the audio for like chat for the mixer. I was like, this still seems very like I don't know. It feels very. I'm gonna get a little bit technical, but like I feel like there's a limiter on like whoever was doing the mix and mastering for the song, and they like heavily limited it because I think this song could have like I think it could have absolutely been one of my favorites. It still probably is. I would still put it in my favorites, but I do feel like there's a lot of like low end on this song that's missing. And I'm like, man, if this song had like some like banging like 808s or like low bass tone, I would be stoked. Like, I feel like that, like some of those moments in the song would just hit. And I do feel like in some of those parts, I'm just like, damn, like dynamically, I feel like it's just like kind of like the bar is like mostly like this. And I feel like when you have songs that are like more, I feel like more dynamically interesting, right? You're thinking about like the subs, you're thinking about the 808s, you're thinking about like kind of like the bass tones and stuff of the song because that's what really like really kind of feels a lot of that dimensionality of the song. And I found with this song, while I did like a lot of the melodies, I enjoyed a lot of the vocals. I think like the low end on the song is definitely lacking. And if it was there, I to me feel like it could have been a little bit better. But I will check the streaming one because I feel like if anything, I y'all should know me by this point. I give it the college effort. So if I feel as though I need to reflect on my commentary after the video is posted, you could be sure that I will be making a comment on the YouTube video. But yeah, overall, I felt like it was a little off on that aspect. But other than that, enjoyed it a lot. I think the lyricism was really cool too. I liked a lot of the inferences and stuff. I thought that was very interesting. And I like I said, I'm excited to get into them because I feel like they were kind of they're pushing those boundaries of like what can be in or what could have been at the time in K-pop. So I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of times when you think of K-pop, you think of like a little bit more of that like prim and proper kind of thing. So I feel like they're putting a little bit more of an edge to it. So I appreciate that. That's cool. Um Callus says yes. Sarah says the song is pretty shallow, but it's also a YouTube compression issue. Okay, is better mixed on streaming. Okay, I will absolutely check out the streaming now. Now that I've got confirmation. Okay, cool. because I was like, man, this definitely seems a little off, and I was like, I would I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised if it was like an upload issue or something like that. So it does happen. I mean, I've done it, so I get it. So, um, no hate, no hate, no hate to the producer or anybody. I wanted, I want to start anything. I get it. So, but otherwise, I thought it was cool, and also I think like just as a quick reference, I feel like it is cool to see kind of that level of representation, in the space now. So in the K-pop space. So good to see it. Glad people are taking a leap towards that and being the best version of themselves. So it's incredible. Love to see it. All right. We are keeping it moving. Looks like with the next video we have is Unknown Art Pop 2.1. Interesting name. The first teaser of OnlyOneOf single album Unknown Art Pop 2.1 was released on January 23rd of 2022. The album was set to release on January 30th, excuse me. The album includes title tracks like Dora Maar, and a re-release of Picasso from their debut mini album, contrasting the relationship between Dora Maar and Pablo Picasso from their own perspectives. This, alongside the launch of a contest for fans to write English lyrics for the title track, would earn the writer $100,000. Whoa, holy shit. That's crazy. And the release of their lyrics on an official international version of the song led the Billboard calling OnlyOneOf a K-pop rookie group to watch. That's crazy. $100,000. Oof. That's cool. That is a lot of money. So good for them, whoever won. So, all right, I'm gonna pause this like I did the last time. I don't know if there's nothing. Okay, cool. I thought there was potentially. All right, cool. This is Dora Maar. I'm gonna adjust my volume just in case. Here. All right. Check it out. Let's see. Sarah says I could not find the MV for this, so you get the dance practice. Okay, that is no problem. All right, let's check it out.
다섯 번째 subject 다른 점은 눈물이 많은 거 너를 그리려 할 뿐인데 넌 왜 나를 집어삼키려 해 no way Girl 어쩜 우린 끔찍한 내 색깔을 만들어가는지도 너란 말 달콤한 너의 이름처럼 난 더 trigger yeah. 여기에 담고 싶어 내게 너를 보여줘
Love that vocal section.
달리 그림 같은 녹아내린 시계처럼 침대 위에 늘어져 있네 yeah. 내가 너를 떠올릴 때 Baby you are just sleeping with me 너란 말 우란히 노랫말처럼 난 또 취감 yeah. 여기에 담고 싶어 내게 너를 보여줘 baby 이건 너가 아니야 baby 그래 지금이 좋아 baby 후회하지 마라 baby You just my baby 멀어 돌아 말 절대 싫어하지 않을 거야 너가 뭐를 상상한 건 yeah Oh my Dora 너의 dream Dora 내가 몰랐던 너의 모습까지 baby Want to see the bad yeah 젖어 Joy by day and ocean by night Yeah oh. 너 밝은 빛 두 눈이 가리고 여기 내게서 벗어나 기억 속에 너를 담아둘게 Because you're my masterpiece yeah. Oh my girl 널 쫓네 난 내가 몰랐던 너의 모습까지 baby What you say to big yeah 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 Oh my girl 난 널 잘 몰라 솔직한 네 모습 그대로를 원해 그게 뭐라도 yeah yeah yeah
Whew, that was sick. All right. That was only one of's Dora Maar. So I feel like I gotta get a shot of all of them. Let me see if I can get a individually. Or not individually. I'm gonna find a spot eventually. All right. Very cool. Let's see what we got here. Kaylee says, love this song. Hey, let's go. Let's go. I feel like maybe the ending might be a good spot, potentially. That's about as good as enough. All right, cool. I enjoyed this one a lot. I think this one, I think I would emphatically put this one on my favorites for tonight so far. I think that would go well with Sage. I did really enjoy Sage. Um, but I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed kind of like the more. I feel like they've got a very interesting setup so far, at least from um I was gonna the tiny ass room. Oh god. I got them all. I'm set. I'm set here. But I think to me, I thought this was really rad because I enjoyed first of all the choreography. I feel like that's the thing that I would like to point out first is like how fluid they were. Like I loved like the movement on some of like the formations that they had. I also feel like some of like the care like the way that they kind of and I think obviously a lot of K-pop artists do this, but like I felt like there's like a lot of like stank, I guess, in like the way that they kind of delivered their lines, like vocal lyrics and stuff. I thought that was very interesting. I liked it. I feel like they really put their whole self into it. I think you gotta appreciate that. I felt like with this song though, comparatively to the other ones that I've listened to tonight so far, this one I felt like I could really distinctly tell each member apart. Um, it could also just be because like obviously they would fixate on one of the members, whoever was singing a specific part. I mean, obviously they're going to fixate on one person versus the entire group, but there's definitely some members that I feel like stood out to me that I really liked. I really liked whoever has their head turned back. Obviously that does not help in this situation here, but whoever has the blonde hair here. I also really enjoyed the guy all the way to the far left here and the guy up here in the front with like the hair part here in the middle. They are all really incredible. Obviously, this member, I feel like I remember. I think Sarah had showed us another video previously of like a B side or something from them. But I enjoyed them a lot. Okay, so it looks like Sarah says it's Love, Nine, and Junji. Okay, very nice. Cool. But yeah, I love this. I think this was probably the best song so far, at least in my opinion. Also like they're all really cool. Like I really love like their vocal structure. I feel like it's slightly unconventional from what I would imagine, but I really enjoyed kind of like the way that they were able to kind of do a lot of those like really gorgeous runs too. I feel like there's a lot of great like ad libbing in the background as well that I feel like that was really rad as well. But like choreography wise, I feel like this was incredible, and then coupled with their really fantastic voices, I felt like that was really nice. And I also love how like their vocals kind of like flow through the song. Like, I feel like that takes a lot of talent for like the music to kind of like flow along with how they're singing and stuff. Like I feel like a lot of the runs were almost tailored to kind of mimic like how some of the melody lines would hit in the song. And so I was really impressed by how well they were able to kind of really interact with the song and how the song was able to interact with them. I feel like that was really impressive. So yeah, I would say this one's going to be a tough one to beat for me so far. I really enjoyed this one a lot. This was really rad. So Sarah says they're so unapologetically sexy and it's really cool. Let's see. Like everyone else talks about the death of mature concept, and OnlyOneOf made that their whole thing. That is true. That is true. So far, at least. Kaylee says, I think in order it's 9 KB, Love, Junji, Mil, Yoojung, and Rie. Very nice. Okay. Kaylee says Junji is easy to spot now because of his longer hair. If he can't see, it's probably him. That's awesome. I love that. I've never had to have a reason for that, but now I know. That's good. That's awesome. All right, very cool, very cool. We are keeping it moving tonight. The next one is Yours Only 2.2 on March 3rd of 2020. Wow, a couple days after my birthday. Nice. A dance and vocal cover of Dawn's Money was released on OnlyOneOf's YouTube channel. The video quickly became a fan favorite, and the song was released digitally as a single on Yours Only 2.2 on April 10th of 2020. Very nice. Okay. Let's I have not checked out the original by Dawn, so excited. Let's check this one out.
아무도 답을 못내 우린 끝이 보이지 않잖아 하루도 빠짐없이 싸웠었어 괜찮진 않지만 너무나 원하니까 이래 가치가 있다 그동안 그려왔던 널 위한 대가를 치르면 됐잖아 yeah, yeah, yeah. 또 난 널 갖고 싶다 네 원이에도 더 나를 갖고 싶단 말이다 너를 가지고 넘게 하얘 나의 텅빈 맘은 누가 채울까요 묻고 싶은데 부모님은 자요 돈으로 행복을 못 산다면 어떻게 사는 건가요 살 수 있는 건가요 뻔한 대답하지 마라 와닿지 않아 빛나 해와 같은 빛이야 진절머리나 뒤쪽에서 번샷 그림자 빛이 나는 곳이 솔직하게 겁나 그냥 놔버려 날 외면하고 싶지만 보다띵 아니죠 널 알기 전 그때처럼 보다띵 아니죠 너를 가지고 넘게 하여 나의 토인 맘은 누가 채울까요 묻고 싶은데 돈으로 행복을 못 산다면 어떻게 사는 건가요 살 수 있는 건가요 뻔한 대답하지 마라 와닿지 않아 이게 맞나요 Don't be a liar 나는 너에게 발자취를 할래 너의 달빛 나는 너에게 빛이 나는 너에게
Oh, cool transition. Cool. Cool, cool. Very nice. All right. This was only one of's Money, originally done by Dawn. Very nice. Let's see what we got here. A couple comments. Sarah says only one of's YouTube channel is cool because they just uploaded a ton of covers and variety stuff. Ah, very interesting. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Sally says I first discovered only one of because of their dolphin cover. And Junji's funny videos with his hair combs. Okay, interesting. I'll have to check that out eventually. And Kaylee says, "Ah, Mill, very nice, very nice." I thought this was cool. I have not heard of the original. I'll have to check out Dawn's Money now, just to just get familiarized with the song. But I like this. This was good. Song is super chill. I again, comparatively to the original, I feel like I can't really speak on that song certainly, but I definitely feel like they put their own spin on it. I like what that's what I love about cover songs is like, um, is your way to kind of put your own I don't know, put your own spin on it. Like realistically, like I love when artists are really kind of able to take something that like is so iconic or so familiar or a song that they may love and really kind of just understand like how would I write this song if if it were my shoes and I was to rewrite the song entirely based off of like my group or an artist or a band or whatever. I feel like that's such an incredible that's such an incredible way to go about it, certainly. And I think that this song definitely fit well within their wheelhouse, certainly. Vocals were really good. I enjoyed the chorus a lot in the song. I felt like that was probably like one of the parts where they stacked a lot of the vocals and stuff. So I appreciate that. That was really cool. But yeah, overall, I feel like this was a solid vocal cover. I feel like to me, it's a little difficult because, like I said, don't know the original song. So, yeah, I feel like my basis point is really only from only one of, which is cool. So I feel like it only inspires me to not only check out the original, but see how after the fact how it kind of compares and stuff. But yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. I like that little bit of guitar solo. I don't know if that's in the original song by Dawn or not, but I appreciate that. I'm a sucker for a little bit of lead guitar work in songs, so I thought that was cool. But yeah, overall, I would say this is a really good cover. So very nice. Um, let's see what we got next. It looks like produced by Blank Series. On April 30th, a new project for the group was announced in which Only One of would bring in top producers to expand Only One of's musical identity. These works would be on its own, parenthetical within Only One of's work. Only One of's second single album produced by Blank. Part 1 was released on May 21st of 2020. The title track, Angel, produced by Gray. The second part of the series, produced by Part 2, was released on August 27th with the title track, A Song of Ice and Fire, produced by Groovy Room. Oh, interesting. Okay. Gray, I know Gray. I know we definitely have covered some songs that were produced by Gray. And I know for a fact we've listened to obviously songs produced by Groovy Room as well. So that's cool. Some of these names, like, it's crazy how I remember those, like, producers' names. So I feel like that speaks more for the amount of time I've been covering K-pop now. So some of those producer names jog the memory. So very cool. All right. Well, we're going to check out the next two. I'm excited. These are going to be different. So I'm here for it. All right. Let's get into the first one. Okay, this is Angel. Very nice.
you're my angel. You're my angel. You're my angel.
Un poquito, little.
널 가지고 싶어 가라고 into your mind. 나 바라고 있어 바로 너 지켜줘 heart. 넌 너만의 angel 따도 너의 조각. 왜 사랑이 달콤하다 해 why 왜 소리 없이 스며오는 날 나에게만 들리는 독백. 천국에서만 난 be a trance. 널 가진 거야 never get back. 너와 함께하는 꿈을 꾸지 연틀 타고 Earth to heaven. 홀린 듯한 개번 걸음걸이를 마저 It's like laid back. I just wanna get to know you girl. I just wanna get to take you girl. It's been a long way 크게 울려 퍼지는 night. 검어져 내 가슴 왼쪽에 a fire. 요동치듯 계속해서 안고 Why wanna go 있어 gotta know deep in your heart. 어디서든 넌 들리고 내서줘 wherever. 넌 나에게 믿음 때로는 소망 근데 왜 사랑을 환상이라 해 why 왜 소리 없이 스며오는 넌 나에게만 들리는 독백. 천국에서만 난 be a trance. 널 가질 거야 never go back. 나를 광각 속에 빠져들게 하고 너는 멀리서 stay back. 드리워진 그림자를 사라지게 해줘 angel. I just wanna get to know you girl. I just wanna get to take you girl. It's been a long way 크게 울려 퍼지는 너. 검어져 내 가슴 왠지 on fire. 요동치듯 계속해서 안고 Why 붕 떠있어 out of control. 날 삼켜 like a miracle. 신화 같은 너와 내 사랑의 이 story 전해질 거야 저 달 저편 더 멀리. 정막했던 물결이 번지고 거칠 어진 숨소리 퍼지고 심장박동은 계속 커지고 Virus sound so sick and tired. You're the Mr. Angel. It's been a long way 크게 울려 퍼지는 night. 검어져 내 가슴 왼쪽에 a fire. 요동치듯 계속해서 안고 Why One love for life. You're my angel. You're my angel. Yeah. You're my angel. One love, two hearts.
All right, very cool. This was Only One of's Angel, produced by Gray. If you're joining tonight, appreciate you for part one. Let's see what we got here. Sarah says your memory is very good for an ajashi. Hey, listen, that's better than most can say, certainly. And Sarah also said Mill is such an underrated 4th gen rapper, and Kaylee says I know. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot. You know, it's crazy that Sia you know, was a part of this group and then like decided to do their own thing is kind of crazy. Wasn't really expecting that. That's like, you know, I'm glad that they continued on and just, you know, stayed a part of Only One of. You know, it's cool. God, so bad. Very cool. That's a terrible joke. Anyway, I enjoyed this song. This was cool. I feel like this one was definitely a little bit more on that vibier, more upbeat plane of music, which I thought was really cool. I feel like some of their songs really kind of haven't hit that like more like major key tones. So I feel like this is probably about as close as I'll potentially get. I'm sure they'll maybe have a little bit more upbeat songs as well in the future. But I did enjoy this. I think it was very fun, very lighthearted. But I think it really worked for the song and obviously the production style there. Um, but I thought this was pretty rad. I think the rapping on this was great. I'll also give a shout outs to Mill. I really enjoyed his section. But I also enjoyed kind of like I enjoyed kind of like the group vocals again. I know I keep mentioning that a lot, but I feel like a lot of their ensemble vocals were really good. Um, and I think to me it was like definitely a different. I feel like it took me a little bit to get into because I was like, oh, was so like I was so shocked because I was like the songs that preceded it were definitely a little bit different on that perspective. But overall, I thought this was really, really, really fun. I think Gray had a great job like producing this. I think he did a great job with that. But I also again enjoyed kind of like I enjoyed a lot of the vibes of this. I think the dance, like some of the dance moments I thought were really good. Or choreography, excuse me, I thought was really good. But yeah, overall, I thought this one was a little bit. I feel like I was a little bit more surprised by this one. I think if I was to give it another listen, certainly, I feel like to me, I would be like, oh, I get it, it makes sense. So, but yeah, overall, pretty solid song. No hate here. So, let's see what we got here. Callus says unrelated, but I'm playing Tamagotchi Life, and the Chosen just fell in love with Sarah Christ. No, oh my god. That's awesome. Sarah says this is not their usual style, but they killed it. I would agree. And Sarah says amazing. She is the only one who can beat him. Maybe not in combat, but for sure in pure spitefulness. Oh my god. I love how our chat has some Smosh lore in it. I'm here for it. So that's awesome. My girlfriend and I have been thinking about getting that game. So I feel like every time I see it, I'm like, damn, it's kind of hard. Anyway, we're gonna keep it moving. We are moving on to the next one, which is the next song that was produced by Groovy Room. And this one is a song of Ice and Fire. So let's keep it rocking. Somebody should post this in the Smosh Reddit forums now. Am I the asshole for talking about Tamagotchi Life in a K-pop stream?
Baby, you seem to be a person to me like 어린 과불처럼 우린 지금 언제나 조금씩 갈라지는 좋아요 eyes 확실히 달라 너와 나의 on the track Got this strange kind of chemistry Freezing 반짝인 너와 있으면 별이 되는 줄 모르고 잡아내려고 해봐도 우린 결국 상처로 남겠지 그 순간 난 녹아내려 Miss me Mary 망가지는 중요한 what's real you me 저견은 서로를 위해 노력해 봐도 우리 결국 시계 사이 내 못해 또 다른 또 내게 나 나름 눈불 Love me to fire 어쩌지 못해 서로 위해 너 밀어내려 해 Always 시각가 Now we to fire 우린 다르다 though we got this strange connected mystery Ice on the fire 매번 우린 다른 온도의 마음을 저울지 버림이 모두 타버리고 없지 시간 지나 전부 아물 때쯤에 다시 너를 찾아가게 돼 You make me feel like I'm silly 이뤄질 수가 없는 걸 알고 있으면서도 왜 I know I could be the same Ice on the fire 마치 극이 다른 자세 슬슬한 균형 속에 paradise All of that 펼쳐진 광각 속에 넌 배너란 말이야 우리 서로 건지 어느 같은 네 세상에 너와의 갈증은 끊임없이 번져 매 순간 넌 녹아내려 Makes me marry 막아지는 중에 Once we had a human 종견은 서로를 위해 노력해봐도 우리가 무식을 사이 속이지 못해 아닐 수도 될 수도 없는 너에게 난 어린 눈빛으로 be a fire 어쩌지 못해 서로 위에 넌 밀어내려 해 Always 식어가 Love in a fire 우린 다리는 더워 Got these dreams cannot get me straight Eyes on the fire
Yo, somebody popped off in the back. Holy shit.
숨을 삼키게 cannot get me straight Eyes on the fire Baby got these dreams cannot get me straight Oh oh
That was sick. I'm about that. All right, cool. This was only one of's a song of fire, a song of ice and fire. Excuse me. And this was produced by Groovy Room. Very nice. Kaylee says literally no reason this song shouldn't have been top of the charts. Robbed. I would agree. Um, I don't know if it's I don't know if it's that I'm Groovy Room pilled because it could be potentially. But this one's really good. I would in fact put this amongst my favorites. Um, I think I just really love. I think is maybe I just really love Groovy Room's production. Um, but you listen. I might also say that this song is just great on its own, and I think obviously uh only one of has done a fantastic job of really kind of selling me on what they do, certainly. So I really love that. I think they did what a wonderful job on this song. So something I think I really appreciated about this one was just like the usage of like really really fun like poppy kind of synth tones. I thought that was really really sick. I also appreciate kind of like the way they're again, I know I've been saying this a lot, but like the layering of their vocals, I feel like they've done a really great job of, especially with this song. I think more specifically maybe than other ones, was just like wow, I could really hear like uh the different layers of like how their vocals sit in the song, and I really appreciate that a ton. Um, Something I liked, and I don't know, in chat, probably someone in chat can tell me, whoever was doing like a lot of the ad libs or like the pop off vocal moments at the end of the song. Whoever that was, he did a fantastic job. They sounded incredible. But I really kind of enjoyed like the danceableness of the song. I think that was what was really killer about that. And I think Groovy Room just has a really good like thought process on like writing and just kind of making those songs really like upbeat and fun to listen to, because I was like damn, I'm really impressed by this. But this one was a phenomenal song. I again fully agree with Kaylee. I'm surprised this one did not chart at the time it was released. So um I'm really impressed by this one. So this was a great track. So very nice, very nice. Let's see. Sarah says it's fantastic. I would agree. Very cool. Very cool. All right. We're keeping it moving here. Looks like the next one is Instincts Part 1. Only One of released the mini album Instincts Part 1 on April 8th of 2021 with the title track uh Libido. Libido, as well as the whole album, explores sexual instinct and impulses, a topic in which members have discussed, questioned whether the topic is art or obscenity. Okay. Nine and KB participated in the arrangement and composition of Libido. This explicit and direct depiction of not only sexuality but homosexuality was unprecedented within K-pop. The music video, which features members in states of undress, touching each other's bodies, drew criticism but also praise, with Rolling Stone's India naming it the best Korean music video of 2021 for breaking boundaries. Interesting. Okay. The choreography, which was highlighted in the Guilty Pleasures version of the music video, was criticized for using ribbons for bondage and sexually suggestive touching, though the members say that this emphasized the message of the song. Interesting. Okay. And it looks like it's the next 2 videos. Okay. All right. Let me get on over to this. I don't know if there's more text to read, so we're going to double check. So, let's see. Oh boy. Okay. I'm going to try to read this as best and as quickly as possible. Sarah says, I have included both the MV and the dance video because they're both important in different ways. Kaylee says, the MV. Andy says, this one's iconic. And Kala says, oh boy. And not in like the Mickey Mouse, oh boy, I would assume. All right. Anyway, they said it's like watching a movie. The kind of love that the boy wearing Comme des Garçons feels, just like having a fever during the summer. The emotion of love of the boy who is yet to become a grown-up is quite impulsive and fickle. With the piano playing the ripples across the heart, OnlyOneOf's cinematic album begins. The track Libido shares the boy's impulses mind through the expressions of S fraud. The mind energies libido is considered as a feeling that should be openly talked about in real life and should be concealed, so its existence is often denied. However, the more the boy tries to suppress libido, the stronger it gets and more impact it has on his subconscious behavior. OnlyOneOf has been experimenting its musical spectrum and is solidifying its depth with each album. Now, the group's own musical colors have even more clarity. The group's unique style of decadence and contemporary sound are conjoined, just like DNA binding to create a new sound that is libido. The subconscious of libido naturally flows to instinct. The gratifying sound of guitar strokes makes the boy's heart beat faster. The boy lets himself go all out on falling in love faster and faster by instinct. Fans who have been showing their love for OnlyOneOf since the group's debut will enjoy finding that this song, The Lip Balm You Gave Me part, has a connection to Savannah, the group's debut song. Byrito and Libido. Oh God, if I butchered that, let me know. Anyway, stand against each other like mirrors. Love can be a blessing while also being cruel. It also is a pleasant scent, can become too strong when sprayed too much. Love also becomes bitter as obsession grows stronger. OnlyOneOf's signature genre, art pop, which was presented through Picasso, Dora Maar, and evolved into Byrito. Tear of God tells a story of a boy who has indulged himself in impulse, having a conversation with God. Through this music, all members express the boy by making an effort to reach the voice of God by singing in female singers' vocal ranges. Oh, wow. The voice of God is presented through the melody created by synthesizers. Though the last track of the album, the boy's narrative impulse ends with his confession in a low-lying voice. I called it you. It was actually me. Wow. Okay. And Sarah says the mouse is too homophobic for this. Oh God, Jesus Christ. All right. Well, let's check out Libido, and we'll catch up. So check this out.
레벨레벨도 마치 밧줄처럼 엉켜져 있는 줄기 아무 이유 없이 끌리지 레벨레벨레벨 타오는 비추처럼 뻗어가는 뿌리 아무 규칙 없이 섞이지 널 볼 때면 숨이 막혀 벌어지는 덤덤 다른 걱정은 너무 shooting road 나의 Want you to sing in my body Want you to sing in my body 우리도 참지 말고 받아들여 Rip it down Rip it down, rip it down Yeah
Oh wow.
아무 소리 없이 빠져들어 Rip it down Want you to sing in my body Rip it down, rip it down 너를 더욱더 원했던 I just wanna know 빠져나가지 못하게 나를 비집고 들어오는 너 널 볼 때면 숨이 막혀 벌어지는 동공 다른 걱정은 넌 Shooting road and I want you to sing on my body Want you to sing on my body 오늘도 참지 말고 받아들여 Rip it up Rip it up yeah 더 원해 더 아무 소리 없이 빠져들어 Rip it up Rip it up Rip it up 너를 더욱더 원해 더 너를 믿고 받아들여 Live it live it live it live it live it up 마치 우린 옅은 물 위 걷고 있는 것 같아 주위엔 아무것도 없고 우린 그 속을 밤새 걸어가 What you need 저기 빛을 너 왜 못 보니 난 내가 끌리는 대로 갈래 Want you to sing on my body 다른 무엇과도 비교할 수 없는 경험 그건 너에게 줄게 Life's paramount 너 parallel 맞출 수 없는 점을 찍어 너는 널로 믿어 I wanna see you sing on my body 지금 이 순간 넌 내게 어울려 참지 말고 받아들여 Rip it up Rip it up Rip it up yeah 너를 더 원해 더 아무 소리 없이 빠져들어 Live it up Live it up Live it up 너를 더욱더 원해 더 너를 믿고 받아들여 Live it live it live it live it live it up
Oh, okay. It just showed all the memories. Very nice. All right. This was only one of Libido. Very nice. I feel like this is probably first of all, I'll state my piece on the song first and foremost. I enjoyed this one. This is very interesting. I liked a lot of like the chromatic, like descending vocal melodies. I thought that was very interesting. There's a lot of like I think this song was very interesting and I think it played with contrast very well. Like the vocals had like a very interesting like almost like melodic dissonance to them in some ways, and then like the way that they kind of incorporated like different vocal effects. Like they had one where like the voice kind of almost has like this like megaphone type like distortion to it, which I thought was very interesting. It had a lot of like different textures, which I think was really really cool. Um, I also enjoyed like I at first I was a little jarred by the chorus, but I feel like it definitely grew on me more. I like that kind of like the way that they're saying libido and like obviously like that kind of chromatic descending melody. I thought was something like initially I was like, ooh, I don't know if I'm a fan of, but as the song kind of progressed, it did really grow on me a ton. I also enjoyed a lot of the verses. I feel like they kind of tamed the verses down a little bit. And so I like that they kind of mellowed those out to kind of again insert kind of that stylization in the verses. I thought that was really cool. Um, from a lyric point of view, I thought this was also very very cool as well. I know I probably have said it before here on the channel, but I feel like this is probably a good marker point to just say it as well. Like I feel like everyone here probably should know my stance on it, but like to me, it's like I appreciate the representation, and I feel like if you're on this channel or and you communicate either in Discord or on Twitch or on YouTube comments, like I'm fully in support of that sort of. I'm fully in support of this. Like I feel like anytime people can express themselves and be who they want to be, I feel like that's an important thing, and I I welcome anybody from any walk of life here. You know what I mean? Like that's I feel like the only thing that I will hard stance on is, if you can't respect people for where they're at in their life, then you probably shouldn't be you should probably not be in this chat, because I feel like a lot of the people that are here, I would imagine like are in or a part of the queer community, and so I want to feel like they have their voice and they can say what they want to say here in chat. And so I feel like if you don't agree with that, then, I'm sorry about that, but that's my stance. So, um, I feel like everybody should feel welcome, whatever walk of life you live. I think that's an important thing to say. And if I hadn't said it before, then I feel like this is probably one of the perfect opportunities to say that. So, um, keep living your truth, and things will get better, certainly. So, Uni says, and on a completely different note, Uni says, living libido loca. The juxtaposition in what I just said, and then also having to read Uni's comment that's comedy. That's comedy gold right there. So, I feel like if that doesn't speak for us as a community at this point, I don't know what will. So, Sarah says Brandon supports living your libido loca. Oh my god. Listen, if I had to make a shirt, that would be the shirt. That'd be crazy. I couldn't do that. That would be a terrible idea. That would be so bad. Everyone would be like, "Who's Brandon?" You don't need to know. It's okay. He's telling you that you could live your libido loca life. Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, if I don't get canceled for that, I don't know what will. Anyway, we're gonna keep it moving. We're checking out the same song, but the choreography version of the song. So if you're having deja vu, you're gonna have it again. So let's check it out for a second time.
랩이 마치 밧줄처럼 엉켜져 있는 줄기 아무 이유 없이 끌리지 랩이 타오는 빛줄처럼 뻗어가는 뿌리 아무 규칙 없이 섞이지 널 볼 때면 숨이 막혀 벌어지는 걸 다른 걱정은 너무 shooting road 나의 Want you to sing in my body Want you to sing in my body 우리도 참지 말고 받아들여 Live it down Live it down, live it down Yeah, 너를 더 원해 더 아무 소리 없이 빠져들어 Live it down Want you to sing in my body Live it down, live it down 너를 더 원해 더 너를 믿고 받아들여 Live it, live it, live it, live it, live it down 손짓으로 부르듯 Want you to take a bite 나의 그 힙발이 마치 나를 부르는 fantasy Girl I just wanna know 빠져나가지 못하게 나를 비집고 들어오는 너 널 볼 때면 숨이 막혀 벌어지는 동공 다른 걱정은 너도 shooting road 나의 Want you to sing in my body Want you to sing in my body 오늘도 참지 말고 받아들여 Live it up Live it up, live it up yeah. 너를 더 원해 더 아무 소리 없이 빠져들어 Live it up Live it up, live it up 너를 더 원해 더 너를 믿고 받아들여 Live it, live it, live it, live it, live it up 마치 우린 젖은 물 위 걷고 있는 것 같아 주위엔 아무것도 없고 우린 그 속을 밤새 걸어가 What you need 저기 빛을 너 왜 못 보니 난 내가 끌리는 대로 갈래 What you to sing on my body 다른 무엇과도 비교할 수 없는 경험 그걸 너에게 줄게 Like experiments 너 paranoid 맞출 수 없는 점을 찍어 너는 너를 믿어 I wanna see you sing on my body oh. 지금 이 순간 넌 내게 only one 참지 말고 받아들여 Rip it down Rip it down, rip it down yeah. 널 더 원해 더 아무 소리 없이 빠져들어 Let me go Let me go, let me go
All right. If you feel like this is deja vu, it is. This was Albedo Electric Boogaloo. Um I will now commentary on the song because we have already listened to it and I literally did it like 3 minutes ago. But we've got a couple comments. Kaylee says definitely not staring. Sarah says this video probably is what is most well known for Only One of. That's fair. And then Sarah also said staring is the point. They both keep saying they can't keep their eyes away. That's fair. And Sarah says I feel bad that they're half naked and you can see their breath. It's so cool. I was gonna say it must have been freezing. Um, but I enjoy this. I know we have checked this out before. I don't know if it was on. I remember this because it was a little controversial. I wouldn't say in chat. I feel like everybody in chat was good, but I remember us talking about this at some point. So I have seen this. I know for a fact. But I enjoyed it. This was probably about the second time. Well, this is the third time hearing the song. This is like the second time watching this version of the video. Um, I thought it was cool. Choreography was awesome. Their choreography has been impressive to me so far, so I'm not really surprised that I also enjoyed this one choreography wise. Um, but I will say at least like for like it, as I mentioned before about the representation thing, I feel like that's huge. Regardless, obviously we're speaking about K-pop tonight, but I feel like representation is such a good thing in terms of seeing it, like I feel like people can relate more to it. Like, I also feel like as well, like seeing someone be so out in the open about it, or be a little or be more comfortable in their skin. I feel like that's such an important thing. And I think that you love to see it. I feel like that's, I think there is empowerment wherever, whatever walk of life you're in. I feel like everyone should have a level of empowerment that makes them feel like themselves, and like if and sometimes it takes people not a long time for them to understand who they are, and sometimes it takes people a lifetime to understand who they truly are. And I hope that everybody, not only I feel like in chat, but also as a broader thing, really kind of lock in on who they are as a person, and really be I don't know, be a little bit more open about how they want to live their lives. I feel like you only get to do this shit once, so you might as well just live it how you want to live it. So if that if that means you're a part of the LGBTQ community, then that's awesome. All the more power to you. So just know that there's people out there that support you and care about you, and that's it. That was my empowerment speech to y'all. If that if that did anything. So um very cool. Very cool. That was awesome. Good to see. Good to see. Obviously it seems like it has become more popular as well too, as well. Like not in the sense of like being a part of that community is a popularity trope, but like yeah, I feel like to me it's cool to see like I'll give a shout out X Love. Like I feel like I've been seeing that a lot with them. I've seen that more with like XG with Coconut. So like it's cool. It's cool to see people kind of all across that spectrum. Really being able to use their platform as a form of not only engagement with people, but also as a way to kind of open up and be vulnerable in that sense. So glad people are feeling, especially I think in K-pop, I would say, like I said, I think there's a lot less of a tighter grip around that, I would like to argue, which is good to see. So I hope that people, regardless of if you have a platform or not, feel that level of empowerment that they feel in coming out. It's good to see. So, um, Kala says nice. And Sarah says I feel empowered, even gayer now. Hey, listen, I'm glad I could do that. I don't give the empowerment speeches often, but I feel like when I do, I got to put it all in there, you know. So, all right, very cool. We're keeping it moving. The next video we've got, or next set of videos, excuse me, is produced by myself and Love's Exit. July 15th of 2021. Only One of released a single produced by myself, featuring 3 self-written and composed songs. Interesting. Okay. These songs did not receive official music videos, so I've included the audio. On August 2nd, it was announced that Love had left Only One of for personal reasons. Interesting. 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 Okay. Um, let's keep it moving then. This one's Koi.
눈을 감아도 하루 종일 thinking about you 내게 취해 잠에 들어 서로를 바라보는 둘 너로 짙어지는 줄 숨을 내뱉어 우린 대체 뭔데 Tell me with you 아무래도 이상해 넌 다 아는 것 같아 궁금해 너의 courage 보여줘 let me see your inside 조금씩 다가와 my side 너의 어깨 팔을 감아 오늘 밤 내게 기대 I know you'll be coy 솔직해져 조금만 Tell me love is you 나에게 친해져 tonight I know you'll be coy 숨이 가빠지는 toy Whisper that I love you You're the only one for me You'll be fine 너의 손짓 Love you so in now I 엉켜져버린 우리 몸짓 Into the right light 거울 속에 비친 우리 둘의 떨린 lips 더는 숨길 수 없어 내 어깨 위에 기대 잠에 들어가 하나 둘 아무래도 이상해 넌 다 아는 것 같아 궁금해 너의 courage 보여줘 let me see your inside 조금씩 다가와 my side 너의 어깨팔을 감아 오늘 밤 내게 기대 I know you'll be coy 솔직해져 조금만 Tell me love is you 내게 칠해줘 tonight I know you'll be coy 숨이 가빠지는 toy Whisper that I love you You're the only one for me 조용히 다가온 너의 밤 작은 손마저 숨기는 나 Baby you and me now we're free I can't give you all I need you You're not gonna lie 오늘도 너로 물 I know you'll be coy 솔직해져 조금만 내게 칠해줘 tonight I know you'll be coy 숨이 가빠지는 toy Whisper that I love you You're the only one for me
The ending is gorgeous. I love that. All right, very cool. This was Only One of's Koi. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. I enjoyed this. I feel like to no one's surprised at this point. I do really love a lot of like that sort of jazzy stylization. I don't know if this would tell me who produced what. Like which member. It says produced by myself, so I don't know if whether or not who actually composed this song or not. But okay. Sarah said they can get the info. Thank you. I thought this was really sick. I loved like that again, that like jazzy like guitar riff. I thought that was really sick. A lot of like use of major and minor seventh chords, which are pretty common in the like jazz genre of music. So I really like that. I also really appreciate a lot of the like piano work. Piano work was really gorgeous in this track as well. I don't know if one of the members plays piano or not, but I love like the composition of that. That was really fun. And the voices, they sounded incredible. I feel like I've been saying that a lot, but they've really got a strong core of vocalists in this group, so I'm not really surprised by that. But I really did enjoy a lot of like the like more tender moments of this song. I think they did a really great job with it. And I think that at least from the production side of things, like I think the instrumentations do a really good job of sitting in the mix of the song well, but I also feel like the vocals really are obviously the shining star of this track, and I think they do really make a good job of making those vocals seem more apparent or bigger than life in these types of songs. So I really appreciate that a ton. I think they did a phenomenal job with it. And I love again like a lot of the movement of the song as well too. I think they did really great. So Sarah says, as a part of the Produce Myself competition, it features lyrics and composition written by Rie and Junji, as well as additional arrangements by Junji. Okay, so um, it was a combination of Rie and Junji. So shout outs to both of them. They did a phenomenal job with this one. I'm excited to check out the other two that we're going to listen to from their produced series, but wanted to give a shout outs to whoever did like a lot of that production stylization. They did a really good job. So I enjoy this. I'll put Koi on my list. I it was a little bit more of a slow burn, but I was vibing with it. So I'll put Koi on there. I enjoyed it. So very nice. We are moving on to the next one. It looks like it is question mark. So let's check it out.
Question 넌날
Whoa.
보면 알 수 없는 맘이 나의 목을 죄어 Mayday 넌 나에게서 익숙해진 감정을 숨기고 있어 어쩔 more 입혀진 눈이 말해줘라 Question 찾아두지 받아들여가는 난 Back up 멈추지 않은 시간은 나 가리켜도 끝을 바라봐 What's the question 말이지 when What's the matter Answer the question 아니 그냥 모른 채로도 It's just principle Baby break 너 눈을 감아 잠에들지 못해 기빨잖아 I don't wanna get 깊이 스며들어가 Do you think about me baby 놓지 못해 Always transform Question 난 널 보면 알 수 없는 맘이 나의 목을 죄어 Mayday 넌 내게서 익숙해진 감정을 숨기고 있어 어쩔 more
It's your satanic. I like that.
찾아두지 받아들여가는 난 격해 you make 하나가는 나 Take it, live it, let's go to the chase Just get straight 익숙해내게 지게빈 paradox babe 깊은 those on me 아무도 없는 길 멈췄던 머릿속에서 Never mind sleep 변하지 않아 no 익숙한
Cool production there. Wow.
눈을 감아 날 보면 알 수 없는 맘이 나의 목을 죄어 Mayday 넌 내게서 익숙해진 감정을 숨기고 있어 어쩔 more Cause 눈이 말해줘라 Question 찾아두지 받아들여가는 난
This one was sick. Damn. They're really testing my love skills here. So I love it. Very cool. All right, this was question mark by OnlyOneOf Very nice, very nice. Sarah says, serving as the winning entry for the Produce Myself competition. It features lyrics written by Nine and Mill, composition by Love and Nine, and the arrangement was written by Nine. Okay, very nice, cool. Thank you for that, Sarah. And this song is so cool. I love the composition. I think Love and Nine killed it. They did a great job on that one. I love kind of like the different panning they did from that, and then as well as that, like a lot of like they had like a cool kind of like almost like fade out, fade in kind of like stylization on this song that I thought was very interesting. But again, very similarly to the first one, I think they really highlighted a lot of their great vocal qualities. So I felt like this one definitely had a strong focal point on their vocals. So I gotta give them a lot of love for that. I think they did a great job on keeping the song very interesting in that aspect. So I thought that was really cool. I also thought there was a lot of great like harmony section. I don't know if necessarily like it was intentional or not, but I love that like there was like a main kind of like melody line in that like mid register, and then one of the members is doing like a little bit more of like either a falsetto or like chest voice kind of sound over top to like kind of increase the fullness of the song. I thought that was really rad, and I wanted to give it a salute because that was something that I noticed in the song that I was like, damn, that's really impressive. I like that. So overall, I feel like that this one also I feel like would put on my favorites. I really enjoyed the production on it. I like I said, their vocals were absolutely on point with this one, and honestly, their production. Like the production for both songs were really great. I know we have another one to listen to, but like genuinely, if they did not make their series like a Produce My series, like and just kind of like went under like pseudo names or something like that, I would be none the wiser. I feel like I think they did a really good job. Like I feel like production is like always very interesting, and I feel like there are some groups that obviously do some interior producing, but like damn, they're really good. They're super talented. So I'm like I feel like that only gives them more kudos in my book that they're producing like really fucking good songs, and they're a part of the group. I feel like you got to have the ears for it. So that's cool. Cool to hear. So no pun intended. So very nice. Very nice. We are keeping it moving with the last one of the three. This one is Night Flight. So let's check it out.
불 꺼진 밤하늘의 도시 어느새 정처 없이 멀리 yeah. When you call me 그제야 꺼내 yeah. 숨겨뒀던 desire 너와 나 two bus
Love that bass.
Even though so fast 우리 비추는 비틈이라도 Baby take control of me 아무 걱정하지 마 너의 맘도 나 같다면 너로까지 채울게 Just get closer hold me tight 더 깊어지는 chemistry Don't need a break take your body 내게 다가와 붉어진 미소와 그 속에 피는 moonlight 빛처럼 bright 불이 꺼낸 sky 춤춰 all night 너와 함께 나눈 느껴지는 깡열린 떨림 마주하는 그 눈빛 날 어루만지는 손길 Don't take it back 나를 믿어줘 더 가까이 너와 나 two bus 정의 붕떠는 느낌 Even though still fast 우리 비전은 비팀이어도 Baby take control of me 아무 걱정하지 마 너의 맘도 나 같다면 너로까지
Very cool. This was Night Flight. Very nice. I'll go back because I feel like I gotta. Very nice. All right. Sarah says, as a part of the Produce My competition, it features lyrics written by Yu Jung as well as a composition and arrangement from KB. Ooh, very nice. Uni says, I really like the bass in this one. It makes itself known but isn't overbearing. I was gonna say something kind of to a similar effect. Um, I really like the bass line in this. Maybe Unhi and I are just suckers for a nice bass line, but I really kind of like the like stylization. I like I said, I don't know if one of the members plays the bass or not, but if they didn't, I feel like they outsourced a good bass player because they really kind of kept a lot of the heartbeat of the song certainly. But I also feel like they really kind of carried it in terms of the melody line too. So I think they did rode that line perfectly. And so I really like that along with their vocals were really another standout piece to the track. I like how all the songs kind of had like different flavors, right? Like I obviously I think it incorporates all of the members in each one of the songs, but but I feel like to me they've all kind of have their own like personal touch to them, which I really like. Um each one of them I enjoyed for like different reasons. I would also probably put Night Flight on this one as one of my favorites as well. I feel like that maybe a little bit taboo, but I'll still live with it. I feel like all of the songs really kind of really gave me a different perspective on like only one of, and it was a different perspective, and even comparatively to the songs that I've listened to tonight, like all of the songs kind of had a different sort of feeling or emotion associated with it from what I could like what I was garnering with the songs, and like with Koi question mark and now Night Flight, I feel like they all kind of had these own different feelings, different kind of vibes. Like this song felt like more chill, and I like the aspect of it. Question mark was a little bit more like in your face, but like still really fun and really kind of energetic. And like Koi was also like another chill song, but like I feel like on a different side of things, like a little bit more jazzy, like definitely more on that jazz side, where like Night Flight was definitely more of that like funky or pop sort of sound. So it's cool to see them kind of cover the gambit and not only these three songs, but like even if you throw them against the the other songs that preceded them, I think it's really cool to see how they've grown as artists, as vocalists. And I feel like this one was just like one of those songs I feel like I would put on. I feel like it would be a song I would just put on like on a night drive. I know they have a night flight, but I feel like to me it's like one of those songs where like you could just put it on and like take a chill like road trip or something like that. Which is really cool. So I feel like they all kind of put me in a different feeling throughout them, but I feel like they all kind of can and I know their theme is like connecting things together, but like I genuinely felt like they all kind of mold into each other in like certain ways, but still kind of kept their own individual identities, which is really cool. And I also feel like it's maybe slightly a little difficult. So, very cool, very cool. I obviously enjoyed all of those songs very thoroughly. So cool stuff. Also sad to see that Love had exited. I don't know if chat knows. I'm not trying to get into any sticky situations, but I don't know if there's any other than the personal reasons, if there was anything that came out about why he left, but obviously wish the best to Love. So very cool. Um Sarah says, also forgot to mention, but is always funny to me. Only One of is one of three Korean acts where I bias an idol named Gyubin, Gyuvin, and Gyubin alongside ZB1, and the solo is Gyubin. That I don't even know if I could say that three times three times fast. That's oh my god. Um, Sarah says, I don't think we really know, but I like it. But like, let's see. I don't know. I don't think we really know, but like it seems like a company issue since he's back. Interesting. Okay, so he did come back. Wow, interesting. Huh? Must have worked out, which was good. So, all right. Interesting. All right. We are moving on to the next set. It is Unknown Ballad 2.3. The group released a single album, Unknown Ballad 2.3, featuring the title track Mono on September 10th with no warning. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's where we're at. Very interesting. All right, cool. I also don't know, Sarah, if there's a stopping point you wanted me to hit if we're breaking this up into two parts. So let me know where you would like to stop at. So let's keep it moving though with the Unknown Ballad, excuse me, Mono. So check it out. I'll stop you. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Sarah.
아무 색깔도 남아있지 않아 흑백 영화 속에 갇힌 것처럼 바래진 난 제비 몸으로 남겨져서 넌 왜 혼자만 떠나가지 않고 날 가득 채웠던 색깔들까지 다 가져갔어 닿은 너의 색채는 따뜻해 눈 함께했던 우리가 눈부셨던 서로가 Don't know why 항상 같은 곳에 머물 줄 알았던 나 점점 잊혀져만 가 더는 떨릴 수 없게 사라져가 우린 다 흑백 영화의 빛깔일 뿐 너 왜 이제야 후회하고 있을까 네 이름이 더 끝까지 차올라 곁에 있을 때 좀 더 예쁜 색을 전해줄걸 숨을 쉴 때 자꾸 생각나 우리란 이름으로 묶여졌던 그날 세상의 모든 색이 우릴 비춰는 함께했던 우리가 눈부셨던 서로가 Don't know why 항상 같은 곳에 머물 줄 알았던 나 점점 잊혀져만 가 더는 떠올릴 수 없게 사라져가 우린 다 흑백 영화의 빛깔을 분명 그리울 거야 여러 색의 찬란한 day and night 아주 잠시 물들었던 시간이 날 발견하게 드러나 우리 아닌 너와 나 흐려져가 결국 다 흑백 영화의 빛깔일 뿐 내가 너를 잊더라도 yeah, yeah. 다른 순간마저 다 물들였던 컬러가 흩어져가 우리도 흔한 영화의 이별일 뿐
Ooh. All right. Very nice. This was Mono from OnlyOneOf. Very nice. Very nice. I enjoyed like the big synths in the song. I feel like they did such a cool job with like the dynamics from that perspective of the song. I thought that was really cool. I also enjoyed like I think there was a key change, like maybe like abruptly, like just they were just like, you know, we're gonna throw a key change in there. I thought that was wild. Like it didn't even feel like I feel like I was shook for about like 10 seconds after that actually happened. I was like, they didn't even like there was no warning. They just said, we're just gonna we're just gonna throw a key change in there, which I was like absolutely shook. So I love that. I thought that was cool. It definitely gave me probably the most like reactionary face that you would see in most reaction videos or videos that I've done. So I would probably be using that as as my facial clip for this set of series at least. Um, but I enjoyed this a lot. I think the vocals also were really incredible on this. I think again, I know I've been saying it a lot, but like realistically, like their voices are just so incredible, and I love like the dynamics that they bring vocally each time to the song. Like I think the vocals really hit with like a lot of those synth choices in the song, so I love that aspect. I think they did a really great job of like kind of making it all feel cohesive in that aspect. Um, but yeah, overall, I thought it was incredible. I thought the song was really, really well done. Definitely a little bit more on that ballady. I wouldn't say ballady, but I guess kind of adjacent to a ballad, but like definitely more melodic and a little bit slower. But I feel like it really worked well with the stylization that they were going for on this track. So really love that. I also will make a comment. I feel like I did make this comment earlier, but like I did notice that like the guys kind of like they kind of all collectively have and I was trying to figure out what the word was and it just came to me I feel like just now, but they kind of have like almost like an androgynous sort of like some of the members definitely feel like more androgynous than like looking at them. I'm like, wow, like I feel like I could mistake them like for like somebody who's more feminine or masculine. Like I don't feel like there's definitely features that when I'm looking at them I'm like, wow, I could see both, which is crazy. So that's cool. I don't know if that's ever I imagine that probably has been said about them potentially, but I did notice like especially in this video specifically, I was like, they kind of like some of the members definitely give off that sort of like androgynous feel to me. So I don't know how common or if anybody else kind of sees that as well, but I thought that was an interesting commentary to make about some of the members. So cool either way. Obviously, incredible group, nonetheless. Um, but yeah, cool shit. Cool shit. Callus is 100%. I will say if I had to really be specific, I definitely feel like it's the two members in the middle, and then obviously I think I'm pretty sure it's got to be. I know Kaylee made a comment about them earlier, and I can't find it. Uh, Junji. I feel like Junji, the one to the far left. So Sarah says, yeah, it for sure is fits not only the members personally, but the theme of exploring the spectrum of male sensuality. Yeah, I like it is interesting. Like I said, I think this is definitely an interesting dive for me because like um I think that like I feel like sometimes like your eyes can be open to different perspectives on people and how they view you, like either how they want to be perceived or how you perceive them. So that is crazy. And I feel like it is probably more common, at least from what I could see as a standpoint from a guy, like I feel like that I feel like that is often mentioned in like people that I talk to that aren't into K-pop and see like the outside perspective. It's very interesting. So I'm sure there's a whole rabbit hole that we could go down for that at another point, but it is very interesting. So, but yeah, very cool, very cool. Um, so I'm glad I'm not the only one. So very cool. We are moving on to the next one. It looks like Warm Winter Wishes. Only One of released this holiday single Melting Snowman on the single album Warm Winter Wishes on December 23rd of 21. Kala says, I think the two in the middle are Yoojung and KB. It's been a while since I was super into them. Ah, okay. I'm gonna remember that. Kaylee is also confirming that information. So very nice, very nice. All right, cool shit. Let's we're going back to the holidays. So let's check out Melting Snowman.
떠오르는 내 기억 속엔 크리스마스에는 밤새 잠에 들지 못한 채 또 기다리다 밤하늘에 별을 새 나도 모르게 또 잠에 들곤 해 Big snowman and shining Christmas tree 내리는 눈이 내 맘을 가득 채우고 하얀 거리 위에서 surf all night 끝나지 않길 Don't wanna melt your bliss Brown eyes, carrot nose 잔뜩 차려입고 happy snowman 하나 둘 모였던 해맑게 웃던 어린아이처럼 새하얀 입김과 새긴 발자국 오늘 밤이 기억될 수 있도록 Snowflakes on Christmas 녹지 않기로 했어 Glowing crystal 간직하고 싶어 난 Feeling so high 내 맘속에서 피어날 수 있게 Please don't let my arm light through the window 둘러 앉아 식탁에 가득한 conversation Candlelight 내 맘을 비추고 I don't wanna blow this light 우릴 향해 반짝이는 저 star 잊고 싶지 않아 Brown eyes, carrot nose 잔뜩 차려입고 happy snowman 하나 둘 모였든 해맑게 웃던 어린아이처럼 새하얀 입김과 새긴 발자국 오늘 밤이 기억될 수 있도록 Snowflakes on Christmas 녹지 않기로 했어 Glowing crystal 간직하고 싶어 난 Feeling so high 내 맘속에서 피어날 수 있게 Please don't melt in my arms Happy happy Christmas Happy happy Christmas Falling for you 오늘 밤이 기억할 수 있도록 Snowflakes on Christmas 녹지 않기로 했어 Glowing crystal 간직하고 싶어 난 Feeling so high 내 맘속에서 피어날 수 있게 Please don't melt in my arms
Oh, very nice, very nice. All right, I gotta go back to the squad here. All right, this was only one of's melting snow. Very nice, very nice. Um, I hate to rehash commentary, but I'll do it. I'll do it. I enjoy this. I enjoyed this song. I will say I feel like very similarly to like what we say about like summer songs and like holiday songs. I feel like it's very hard. I feel like it's very hard for like K-pop groups to fuck them up. If I'm being completely transparent, I feel like they're those song. I feel like they're like old reliable. You know what I mean? Like if they do a holiday song, they do a summer song. Like I feel like it hits. You know what I mean? There's just something about those types of songs where I'm like, they would really, 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 really have to like do it horribly. Like there's no I feel like they would really have to do it badly. And I've yet to find one. I'm sure there are. I don't want to say there won't isn't. But I'm sure at least from my perspective, I feel like it's very rare for me to be like, not feeling this one. Especially with like holiday songs. I feel like they always hit. But this is really great. I like obviously a lot of the inferences to like Christmas and like, snowman and like being together and stuff, like things that you would typically associate with the holidays. I feel like that's really nice. I also liked their inclusion of like sleigh bells and stuff. I also appreciate a lot of like the horn section in this song. I thought that was really cool. Um, so I appreciate that a ton. Uh, as well as that, I'm pretty sure his Rie was doing like the the like mimicking of like the horn section on the song, and that got a good chuckle out of me. So I like that. But their voices were great. I really not to shout out Rie again. I really like his voice a lot. Um, they all have like very distinct tones. Like Nine also has like a really kind of like higher tonality to his voice as well. But I really enjoyed it. I think they worked out really well. And I also feel like collectively they really know how to like situate their voices together, whether it's like in the higher register or like kind of fitting well within that like median, like middle median range of their vocals. I really do feel like they kind of strike a good foundation with either one of those. I think it's incredible. So I really like that. But yeah, overall, I feel like you could throw pretty much any holiday song at me that a K-pop artist has done, and I'll be like, I like this. I feel like it would be hard for me not to find things that I enjoy about it. I will say I don't feel like I have listened to like a holiday song and been like blown away. I feel like there's kind of a ceiling certainly, but I overall like if you want to put me in the holiday spirit, and I feel like this year coming up, if I'm going to put myself in the holiday spirit, I'm going to have to think of Only One of Melting Snowman. I'm going to have to add it to the playlist because it's just a vibe. It just feels good. So um, definitely enjoyed this one. It was a very solid song. So, all right. We are keeping it moving. The next one we've got is Instinct Part 2. On January 14th of 2022, Only One of released the mini album Instinct Part 2 with the title track Skins and lead single Suit Dance. This album emphasizes the importance of being yourself and individuality. Alongside these songs, I have also added Gaslighting, which is not only a personal favorite, but a fan favorite. And on Spotify, it has more streams than either of the previous mentioned song. Wow, that's okay. Then it must be good then. So, very interesting. All right, well, let's get into the first one, which is Skins. So, let's check it out.
Yeah, 지켜나가다 yeah, 연락 있으면 돼 많은 게 있겠지 나가요가만 nervous 있는 그대로의 날것 버릴 건 하나도 없어 한 겹 대안에 순수한 그 표면에서 걷고 있는 purely 선명하게 보이는 skins Every time I feel 거짓된 건 벗어도 어차피 우린 시들어 가고 있어 virus 속에 이 속에 Why do you keep this 견디지 못했던 내 skin 속에 파고들어 We go with this parasite So baby come kiss 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 Yeah 똑같은 것들이 replay What you know about it What you know about Face up 보여줘 가면 써 on the skin 잘못된 것들의 replay Don't you know about it Don't you know about Face up 보여줘 가면 써 on the skin 신념은 나에게 독 둘러잡은 침묵 불안하게 살게 꾸려한 적 없는 꿈 Why do you keep this? That's why we walking with this Where is virus we're losing the some sense of the balance 괜찮게 말 너는 네 계정 속에서 Delusion in my head feel like a parasite 바람에 피어나네 거짓된 건 벗어도 어차피 우린 시들어 가고 있어 바이러스 속에 내 속에 Why do you keep this 견디지 못하던 내 스킨 속에 파고들어 We go with this parasite So baby come kiss 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 Yeah 똑같은 것들이 replay What you know about it What you know about it Face off 보여줘 가면 써 on the skin 너의 skin 꿈을 꾸기 원해 뭘 어떻게 you don't have immunity And I'm talking to myself 결국 같아지고 if you kiss my skin So baby come kiss 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 Yeah love is kiss yeah love is kiss yeah different DNA oh interesting face of well draw 가면서 under skin 잘못된 것들의 replay Don't you know but Don't you know about face up well draw 가면서 너의 skin
Hmm. All right. Very cool. This was only one of skins. Very nice. Very nice. Kaylee says, yeah. And Sarah says the song slaps. So very nice. This one was very interesting. I will say I feel like for me, this one is a grower for sure. At first I was like I feel like maybe for me it's like I can understand why Sarah loves the song. It makes sense. Like definitely checks their boxes and from what at least from what I've garnered from them over the years, definitely very Sarah coded. I think it is very interesting. I think from the production standpoint, like it is very unique. I think if you were to throw their title songs at me, this one I feel like I would be able to pick out without it with no questions asked. I would be like, oh, that's 100%. That's gotta be Skins. So I think in that aspect, I like that. I appreciate that it has a very like convincing and true identity. That's very awesome. I think for me personally, it definitely is one of those songs where I was like, I think it's a cool listen. I like the vibes of it. I just don't think it maybe checks the boxes that in terms of the songs that I like tonight. It definitely feels like one of those ones where I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I'm like on board with it, but like if you love this song and this is your vibe, then I get it. But I do feel like potentially this song could definitely grow on me, certainly. So I don't want to. I would love to leave. I am leaving the door open to to loving this song. But I thought it was very interesting. I think like a lot of the production and like kind of the crunchiness of this song I think was very interesting. But I it kind of this is gonna sound very strange, but it kind of feels like the musical equivalent to like eating crunchy peanut butter. You know what I mean? Like it's like holy shit, like this is a little intense, but like, you know, who doesn't love peanut butter unless you're allergic, you know? But like I'm like that's kind of what my musical equivalent of this song is. Just like this feels like I'm tasting crunchy peanut butter in musical form. So, I don't think I don't think I could have worded it any. I don't think I could have eloquently put it any other way, in my opinion. Um, but overall, I thought it was a very solid song. Also, the music video was cool too. So, um, let's see, let's see what we got here. Uh, the comments are great. Udi says, "So strange, but I like it." Fair enough. Kala says, "I could never really get into this one, but it's cool." Kaylee says, "The first few times I heard it, I didn't like it, but it's grown like a vine over me, and now I love it." Very interesting. Sarah says, "I never know if Brandon is complimenting or insulting me. It is never an insult. I would never insult your musical integrity. You know, everyone has their preferences. That's what I feel like that's the thing you should garner from my commentary." So, Callus says, "He called your music taste crunchy." Sarah says, "I think my taste is more like a sour hard candy than crunchy peanut butter, but he's not wrong about the song." Okay, fair enough. Listen, I everyone has their own personal taste. Like I said, I feel like that's the beauty of music. Listening to music, everyone can listen to the same song and have different levels of where they stand on it. People, I'm sure there's people that absolutely will die on this hill and love the song, and there's other people that are like, this is my least favorite, only one of song, or like this is the one that I don't vibe with the most, right? Like you may not dislike it, but it's just maybe not your feelings on it. And to me, I feel like that's the magic. So I love that. Sarah says, also, I never mentioned this was my favorite title track, but Brandon clocked me. I listen, like I said, I feel like I've gotten to know y'all over the years, so I'm not surprised. So, um, and Kala says, actually, that makes so much sense from what I know of you, LMAO. That's that's what I was saying. So we listen, same wavelength, same brain cell. So love to see it. I feel like that. I feel like that makes us familial, you know. So I appreciate it. You know, it shows how much I pay attention to chat. So it's always cool. Anyway, we're keeping it moving. The next one is Suit Dance. Sarah says, have you ever had one of those Warhead sodas? That's my I have not. I don't know. I'll be honest. I feel like again, a chat may or may not know that about me, but I don't know if I'm a big sour fan. There are some things that I like that are sour. I'm not unconventionally a sour candy eater or sour like I mean obviously I like sour flavors, but I don't know if I seek it out. You know, like if it's there, I'll taste it. But uh so um Sarah says Brandon is banning me 100%. He just said I would never ban you. And again, I'll go full screen for this. I banned Kaylee on accident. So I've repented for my sins. Okay. So preference. Cal says real. I can't handle sour, but I love some sour songs. Hey, you know. I'm sorry, Kaylee. Listen, I'll keep saying sorry till the cows come home. So, and how did you become Gunky today? I don't know. Or did you? Oh, how did I become? You did not become Gunky. Gunky's still here. So, why are we muting Kaylee? We are not muting Kaylee. I said we could. I could never do it. I would never ban any of you unless you said something out of pocket, you know, then I'd consider it. So I'm sure chat would be on it quicker than I would. So Cookie says I'm low, I'm just watching a basketball game. Hey, listen, multitasking. We love to see it. So Udi said ban. Oh my god. Oh. All right. Well, anyway, before someone actually gets banned, and Goki says I don't have Sarah pretending to be me. You got to show that you're alive. You know, the signs of life. So we appreciate you, Gunky. Anyway, we're moving on. The next one is Suit Dance. Let's check it out.
너 거짓말처럼 나는 들어 이젠 나의 가롭게 내 목을 줘 타이트하게 떨어지는 feet 준비가 됐다면 내게 몸을 맡겨 걸음걸이마저 다르게 여유를 즐겨 lay back 표정은 덤덤덤덤 Pretend to be a gentleman yeah 나를 가리는 spotlight 옅은 숨소리마저 더 precocious 거울 속에 너의 눈빛은 뭘 원하는지 Slow down 스텝을 맞추고 Don't call yourself 딱 둘만의 공간 내게 몸을 기대 Cause you shall we suit dance Suit dance
Interesting.
더 진하게 do this Make your mind 내게 몸을 기대 How do you feel about 라벨을 짙게 뺀 너트 브레스복 계속 너의 handkerchief 나를 멈춰 세워 마주친 너의 brown eyes 아득해진 너의 표정 손을 뻗어봐도 get over 무심한 너의 제스처에 어지럽게만 해 Please baby hold on 과감하게도 너에게 붙어 Just grooving 호흡을 맞춰 up and down 이 분위기에 취해 slow down 스텝을 맞추고 Time to color yourself 딱 둘만의 공간 내게 몸을 기대 Cause you shall we suit us suit us 더 진하게 do this Make your mind 내게 몸을 기대 How do you feel about Hey baby 아무 말도 필요 없어 매 순간 너의 모습이 떠올라 조금 더 너에게 몰입해 어지럽게 내게 속삭여 listen up 진하게 빠질 수 있게 타이트하게 주어진 셔츠에 단추 풀어 옷깃에 스치던 네 손을 어루만져 이 순간 모두 shit 너를 더 원해 난그 선을 넘어서 shall we do dance do dance 더 진하게 do dance Make your mind 내게 몸을 기대 How do you feel about
All right, very cool. This was only one of's Suit Dance. Very nice, very nice. Let's see what we got here. Cookie. Sarah commenting back to Gungy, sorry Bessie, I've got a bee in my bonnet for some. Oh my god. Listen, I'm gonna do nothing to you, Sarah, so it is what it is. Kaylee says I was supposed to be doing finals, but this is distracting me heavily. Not that I'm trying to focus at all. Well, still, best of luck, Kaylee. We'll keep you on our best wishes for you. Sarah says I don't know if this info will put anything into perspective, but Yoo-jung is besties with Chu. Ah, very cool, very cool. I like this. This is very different. I feel like this really speaks for. I feel like this speaks for K-pop. My thoughts on K-pop, kind of at a large, and maybe I'll just kind of tail into the other song after this is over with. But, I feel like that it's so interesting. Like, obviously, Suit Dance was the lead single, but Skins was the title track, and like they feel so different. Like the songs in and of itself, like if I was to like again listen to these back to back, like song after song, like I'd be like, wow, I'd be thoroughly confused in a good way. I mean, obviously it shows off their range as artists, but I'm like, damn, I'm like these songs are really, really different. I like kind of like the more I don't know, like interesting electronic elements of the song. I will say that I feel like with Suit Dance, this was definitely more so like a like choreography song. Like this is one of those songs that I feel like if I was to listen to like this on a streaming platform like Spotify or something, like I don't feel that I would get as I feel like I wouldn't have as much love for this song as I do watching the choreography. I'm like, damn, like the choreography was really cool. A lot of like their movements and like again formations were really incredible. I like the one scene with I'm pretty sure it was Junji where like he takes the suit off like suit jacket off and then like is putting it on later as a part of like the choreography. I thought that was really sick, and like the way that they kind of transition between that section I thought was really cool. But to me I feel like this one is one of those songs where I'm like if it's not with the choreography video, like I do feel like it I want to say that it has less value to me, but I feel like I wouldn't have the same perspective if I'm listening to it with my ears without visually seeing it and listening to it. So I do feel like that perspective definitely definitely alters the song in some way. But again, I think comparatively to Skins, it's so different. Like the songs feel so wildly different in a good way. And I think it makes me even more curious to check out the next one, which I know that I have checked out before, Gaslighting. So we'll check out that one to close out this section of 3 songs, and we'll it looks like this is the last one we'll be doing for tonight. So very cool. Let's get into Gaslighting then. It's gonna load. Okay.
넌 내게 말해 아무 일 없대 You better trust in me just like I'm saying 넌 너무 예민해 나만 믿으면 돼 Don't need to worry What you gonna do gonna do gonna do gonna do 난 스쳐가는 뭔가를 들고 온 듯이 Control me baby 마치 알고 있듯이 I know I could be the same yeah. 내 맘에 켜진 너만의 불빛 그게 나를 밝혀줄게 날 위한 건지 널 위한 건지 판단하지 못하게 I can't do my own 내게 말해줘 벗어날 수 없게 Gaslight me
Nice.
Come and gaslight control me more 이상한 걸 grow 날 지금 가져가 모두를 꿰뚫어봐 정말 darling 난 너에게 말해 아무 일 없대 You better trust in me just like I'm saying 난 너무 예민해 너만 믿을래 Don't need to worry I trust baby Look at my side 확인하긴 하지 왜 어쩌다 I want you to teach me Grab me when I'm feeling Everything is being mirrored by your hand 점점 더 나를 이뤄가 Stuck 더 나를 깨워와 누구보다 잘 알지 너 말고는 trust me I know I could be the same yeah. 내 안에 켜진 너만의 불빛 그게 나를 밝혀주기 날 위한 건지 널 위한 건지 판단하지 못했지 I can do my own 내게 말해줘 벗어날 수 없게 Gaslight me Better get right Come and gaslight control me more 이상한 걸 grow 날 지금 가져가 모두를 꿰뚫어봐
All right. Very cool. This was Only One of's Gaslighting, the final song for part 1. Very nice. Let's see. Sarah says my favorite ooh song. We love it. Um love to see it. We have checked this out. I think this is pretty recent if my memory serves me correct as well. Um Again, I'll preface that these all felt very different. I would say I feel like Skins and Gaslighting, I think, are a little bit more closely associated. Where I feel like maybe Suit Dance is like, and that's not to say it's like the odd one out in this situation, but like I feel like you could definitely tell that like Gaslighting and Skins were like on the same release, and I think that's cool. Like I think that's something that I've kind of come to love about K-pop is like even if like I love a title track, like there's some other songs that are B-sides on these releases that are like, wow, these are incredible songs. And like I think musically, like it in that sort of cohesion, it's like it's definitely interesting to see like them break off and do kind of like a different vibe in terms of the album. But like I feel like you get different glimpses or different like kind of places of being when listening to K-pop releases, and so I'm the type of person I love to listen to releases like from front to back. So to me, it's cool to see kind of like the full spectrum of what they're capable of doing, and I feel like these three songs together like really kind of highlight that sort of expression on really trying to do different things. So I really love that. I would say out of the three, definitely, I would say Gaslighting is my favorite. I really like the vibe of it. I feel like the choreography in the song was really cool. As well. Again, I feel like I feel like maybe comparatively to Suit Dance, like this song I could listen to like on a streaming platform and be like, this song hits. I like this song, but I feel like it is um it's almost aided by being able to watch the choreography, right? Like I think you watching the choreography video, like it's just like, wow, it's so cool to see them kind of, again, seeing them kind of formulate some of these cool like motions and stuff, and like the way that they kind of like brought that song together, I think was really cool, and I think it only amplifies the song more, in my opinion. But I also really liked a lot of like the like production side of things. Like I love like the different pannings and like the different like they've kind of got like some whisper like vocal moments where you can kind of see them break up like the vocal parts, and they're like there's like little bits of electric guitar in there, and like I think they really kind of made it like dynamically fun, with also being very fun on the choreography side. So I think both elements really kind of benefit from each other in that way. So I think this is probably the best song, at least from my perspective, off this release. As much as I thought Skins was a very interesting song, I feel like they took a lot of those like more crunchier elements of that song and kind of brought them in a different way, but still really well worked in this song. So really catchy, really fun, and certainly a good one to end off the current part one of Only One of. So very cool, very cool. Just to recap, some of my favorites from tonight were Sage, Doramar, A Song of Ice and Fire, Koi, question mark, Night Flight, and then I'd probably also put Gaslighting as my favorites from this evening from Only One of. We will be finishing out the rest of this part the following Monday. So if you're watching this day on the 4th, we will be following up with this on next Monday. So if you're coming to hang out, come through. This should be up to date, I would imagine, on Patreon. YouTube still has a little ways to go before the next video is before it's completely caught up. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please check out Patreon. That is the vibe. So Wednesday, yes, Wednesday is catch up. We're gonna do catch up on Wednesday. There's so much shit in the in the inbox for those songs, so I feel as though we need to definitely do a catch up stream. So we will be doing that Wednesday. So come through if you want to check out the most latest releases. I think the only ones that I really wanted to check out, I know my girlfriend has been listening to the new Baby Monster, Billy. I would love to check out. I feel like those were the two that I saw that I was like, I need to listen to. So I did see Lucy's name on there as well. So I think there's about 3 or 4 groups or artists that I'm excited that I saw. I was like, ooh, I need to listen to those. So I'm sure there's more that I'm forgetting, but I would say those were the ones. M Mix, yeah, M Mix is excited. I'm excited to see what they got. So, we got a lot of good stuff. April, end of April and May has been cooking. So good shit. Good shit. We love to see it. Again, salutes to Sarah. Everyone say thank you to Sarah in the chat or in the comments. They'll be back Monday for our next Only One of stream. And then, of course, I feel like I got to do the aforementioned wheel. So very excited about that. So I'm going to spin the wheel, close my eyes. We're going to hit the shuffle a couple times. I'm just going to keep shuffling. All right, let's go. All right. The wheel is small now. Let's go. All right. Who is it? Who's it going to be? Oh, it. Oh. Nice. All right. Dang. We would probably have to do this on a Saturday. But if you're watching this, dang, you have won the wheel. Very nice. Wheel Monday in May. So we'll be doing the wheel on in June next. Crazy. Can't believe we're halfway through the year. That's wild. So congrats to Dang. I will tag Dang in the chat. But very excited, very excited. I'm curious what Dang I am genuinely curious what Dang will suggest to do, but um very stoked. Let me put their name on here so I don't lose them. One cool. Very nice, very nice. All right. Well, if you want your name to be on the proverbial wheel, come join on Twitch and also join Discord and be a part of the community, and I'll throw your name on the list. I know Kaylee and Sarah will keep me honest, so um and Diz the mod our mod in Discord. So yeah, it's crazy how many. I'm excited. I'm excited. The honestly, the names on here, I'm really stoked for. I'm really scared for Sarah and Unhi though. I feel like those are like Sarah. We are currently doing theirs, and Unhi has one already in the dock, and has to potentially come up with another one. So I'm curious. I'm curious. But no Santa. I feel like they always give us great picks. Biscuit, same. It's gonna be Biscuit's gonna be sick. I'm excited for theirs. Kala, I'm not stressed. I feel like they always come up with heat. Sally, of course, also comes up with heat as well. So I'm stoked. I'm stoked. So we got some good names on the list here. So I'm down. So very exciting. Very exciting. Uh Yves, that's cool. Yeah, Uni. Everyone said congrats to Dang, very nice. Kaylee says Uni's gonna get it and do a mega one. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. It would be crazy. I'd be about it. Sarah says I barely thought of only one of. I need time before I think of a new deep dive. Another Sarah Summer. That would be wild. Oh God, Run Back Boys playing it. Oh God, that would hurt. Exciting times coming for sure. Um, Sarah says this time actually make Brandon watch the show. Oh no, Boys Plan 2, we couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Noah Santa says we should do a mid-year's fave stream or something. That would be cool. That would be cool. I'd be down. I'd be down. I'd be down. I'd be down. I feel like that'd be tough. I'd be curious if I'd be able to remain consistent, honestly. So, um, that would be that. I feel like I would be curious if my consistency level would remain the same. Like, would I keep the same ones that I had like midway through the year? Are they also going to be at my end of the year? You know what I mean? So I feel like I have never done mid year one, but I'm certainly open to the idea of doing mid year. I feel like that's always fun. Also, I'd be curious to see where y'all are at. I feel like it would be interesting for y'all to give the perspective. So, Gunky says you haven't heard the Extraordinary Heroes title track yet. I don't think so. Let me see. I'm checking on YouTube. Extraordinary. Let's see. Voyager, no. If it's Voyager, no, I did not listen to that one. I think there is one that I listened to not kind of recently. Where is it? There is one that I listened to previously. Yeah, it's Voyager. Okay, yeah, no, I haven't listened to Voyager yet. But I did listen to one. We did listen to Extraordinary Heroes like a little bit ago. So the pre-release, yeah. But we didn't listen to Voyager. So Voyager would be cool. We got a lot of shit to cover, honestly. I'm a little scared. I briefly looked. Um, so Sarah says I have 39 songs in my favorites of the year playlist already. Hey, let's go on it. I love to see that. I love to see that. But yeah, if y'all got any suggestions, feel free to holler at me. I'm down to listen to it. Like I said, this is as much of a fun time for me as it is for you. So if you feel like you've got some good recommendations or things you would want to see, or you want to talk your shit about me, hey, whatever, that's fine. I'm here for it. So if you got some good shit, then I'd be down to hear you out. So um I think that's it. I don't know if there's anything else. Anything else I got. So let's see if I'm missing anything. Doo, 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 doo. So yeah, we're doing a catch up stream Wednesday. So very cool. Did you ever? I did watch the Garenge cover. It was sick. I definitely. I didn't want to say that I was like concerned because I was like, N Flying's incredible. I feel like they crushed it, but like I was like, damn, this was really good. I'd be curious if Lisa saw it. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised because I feel like I feel like she would check out stuff like that. But it was really good. Also, shout out to Gunky. We just did Lisa, um, an entire deep dive. I don't know if it's gonna show up on YouTube. I I have been uploading a bunch of shit to YouTube recently, and it has been a little bit of a hell. So if you are not if it's not on YouTube, go check it out on Patreon. Um, just in case. So if not, I might have to like cut the audio out for the MVs potentially and re-upload it. So we will see. We will see. But right now, I know the Equals Love one that I uploaded recently was like completely completely scrapped. So no, Santa says we need to stop spanning Japanese. I don't like genuinely, and that's not to gripe about Japanese artists. Like I love them, they're incredible, but I will say that Japanese copyright is killer. Um, there's just so much shit that gets cut out, and not that I don't like covering the Japanese material. Like even the Twice video when we did all the Twice title track, like Japanese title track songs, I'm pretty sure that's all gonna get scrapped most likely, um, which sucks, but it is what it is. So if you are watching any of the Japanese stuff, that's awesome, but I can't guarantee it's all gonna be there. So I feel like that's just a pitch to go check it out on Patreon because it's unedited, unadulterated. So it is what it is. We'll do what we can to work around it. So, but that's it. That's the vibe. So, yeah. If y'all got any suggestions, feel free to shoot it. I've got like probably sign off in like 5 minutes. So if you wanna pitch pitch anything, feel free to. I know I think Harmony pitched about like Japanese like having a Japanese night to do like chaos. I feel like that would be sick, but like again, we run into the same issue of Japanese copyright. So um I'll have to figure out a workaround for that. But that's about it. I know also Sarah was working on like a Family Feud style video, like style game thing. I know I still have the link for Dang doing the like shootout thing for like K-pop songs that we did the one stream. So we could always put that in the summer rotation. So I know there's a few things out there that we could do. I think that would be sick. Sarah says yes. I'm making a Google form for everyone to fill out so I can make the game. Hey, let's go. Let's go. So yeah, so we got a couple of things planned. So if you got any recommendations, like I said, feel free to at me on Discord or whatever. I like I said, I'm here to listen. So if you've got some things you would like, then that would be sick. I am also working on. I've been listening to Chat's plea to do more meatball emotes. So I'm trying to figure out a way where I can upload those videos uh slash things. So I'm trying to get that in the works. I have some that are kind of pre in the works, but they should be hopefully on here soon when I get some free time. I'd like to try to complete that task, but I know y'all have been asking for it, so I will be doing it. We do also have the wheel of deep dives. That is true. We do. We do. Uh, my God, that definitely looks like Meatball. That's hilarious, Unhi. That's awesome. No, Santa says my wife didn't appreciate the musical genius from the Bill Murray album, specifically the transition from Starfish Spreader to to Chef's Kiss. To be fair, my girlfriend also doesn't d- also did not get it either, so I feel represented by that. I also added his album. I have his album in my albums that I need to cycle through to add on to my ever growing wall of music. But yeah, it was great. I love that album. I mean, obviously, should be not a surprise to anybody, but um, shouts to Bill, the Bill Murray guy. If you see him, please say hello. He's playing literally fucking every country now. So this year. So if he is coming to your city, go say hello. It'll be a great time. I can guarantee you. It's so much fun. His show, I would argue, I feel like his live shows are an incredible feat to watch in person. So if you bought tickets, go see my man Bill Murray. Um, I don't know if I have any heavy recommendations. Muse, I did like the new Muse song. I'm very excited for their album. Uh, I feel like that's gonna be. I feel like that's gonna be a hit. I've been liking the singles they've been putting out, and I feel like they've been. I feel like they've been drip feeding me new music, which I'm a little upset about. But I'm excited for that to come out when it comes out. Um, they're one of those groups that I feel like I'm just always enamored by. So go check them out. I feel like I'll pitch some of my ones that I've been listening to recently. Um, I've been listening to shouts to the band Camino. They put out a new song called Holly. If you like pop rock, you'll love the band Camino. They're sick. They're opening for 5 Seconds of Summer this year. This summer, excuse me, no pun intended. So go check them out. Um, Northlane released a new song. They're kind of like metalcore meets like electronic. They're kind of like gent. I don't even want to say gent. I feel like they're like an electronic core group. Incredible. Their new song Evian is incredible. Go give it a listen. If you love like a good like fucking like electronic heavy song with like some like metal action in it, couldn't recommend a better song to listen to. They're awesome. I realized that an OG classic of mine, Seosin, is releasing a new album with Cove. I am super stoked about that. For those who know. So go check that out. Very, very stoked about that. Loathe put out a new album. I'm very stoked about that. Um, or they will be putting out a new album in I think a couple months. Yeah, July. So very excited about that. That's gonna be an incredible album. Um, who else am I listening to? um, Shouts to Russell. He used to be called D Pride when I was listening to like rap ages ago. But I refound his music. His new album, Flowers, is great. That's probably gonna be one of my favorites, my non K-pop favorites of this year. Which I'm stoked about. It's kind of got like this like R&B, a little bit of rap vibe in it. Here for it. Man is grown, so I love that. And last honorable or two last honorable mentions. I've been also on an instrumental kick. Shout outs to Chon, Chon, their album Grow, Chef's Kiss. If you want like a good instrumental album, go check that out. And then lastly, I've been listening to Julia Wolf's album Pressure. Also really good. I know I'm late. I know the TikTok homies have already been on this, but Julia Wolf is incredible. So go check her out if you haven't. I feel like there's all my suggestions pretty much at this point. I've just been waiting for albums to come out. I'm excited for the Muse one. I've already pre-saved for that. But No, Santa says the outro is great in the Muse song. I would agree. So very nice, very nice. All right. Well, we have reached the 11 o'clock hour. So yeah. Thanks again to Sarah. Big salutes. We love them. Very excited for the next part on Monday. And we'll see you on Wednesday for catch up. So if you haven't gotten your things in, please drop them in Discord. So see y'all on Wednesday. Peace.